do it like Monty Python and just go 1, 2, 5, 3, 7.
All right, guys, we are now on the air. So I actually had something arcade related. I started yesterday. I actually got a shipping container, a 20-foot shipping container brought to my house.
What?
And I am unloading my entire basement. All my games are going into it, everything else, and I'm gutting this place. And I'm actually recording every single step of this thing.
Sweet.
Hopefully, one day I'll actually get it up all online.
So you're redoing the whole your whole arcade space?
Yeah, I mean it was kind of a finished basement when I bought the house 10 years ago, and my father-in-law owns a flooring company, and he put in some like hotel carpeting, which is kind of funky but not really arcade-ish. But over the years, I've been renovating my upstairs, and I've been basically running all my electrical, and I redid all my plumbing and everything all through the ceiling that I took down in the basement. So I've got walls ripped apart, like every 5 feet there's a hole in the walls, and the ceiling's completely gone. So it was my idea at one point to just remove everything and just gut this thing to actually not even bare studs. I'll actually be putting up the new walls and everything. Also, I'll be starting from scratch.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I found out one of my students, because I teach web development, one of my students turns out to have had a drywall business for the last 30 years.
Oh, that's a good skill to have.
And he's actually looking for a 60-in-1.
Oh, nice, okay.
So he's actually going to be doing, for my upstairs, I'm going to make a vertical multi-cab, and he's going to, because I gutted my kitchen, and I've put new windows in because I have a view off my deck and stuff. So he's going to do my upstairs for a vertical, and then once the basement's done, I'm going to do a horizontal for him, and he'll do the basement for me.
Nice trade.
Well, that's cool. That'll save you a lot of money.
Yeah, I have to buy the materials, but drywall's $5 a board, so that's not the big deal. It's the labor that's expensive stuff.
Yeah, well, and finishing drywall like properly and nicely is a real pain in the butt.
Yeah, I've tried it, and I don't enjoy it at all. So.
Yeah, funk all that crap.
Yep. So I'm hoping that, but by the end of the year, I'm hoping this place will be up and running.
Yeah.
Nice. Was it mostly just like finishing walls and finishing floors kind of stuff? You doing any electrical work or?
I'll be running all. This is the only area that I haven't run electrical because I basically tapped out my electrical box for my house, so I have to go get an upgraded line brought in or a sub panel brought in or something like that.
Yeah.
I've actually met another arcade collector who happens to be a licensed electrician as well. So.
Bonus.
Nice.
Yeah, I can do all those stuff in my house, but to actually get a new line brought in, they have to shut the power from the street and stuff, and that you actually have to have a licensed electrician to do. So he is willing to help me on that part of it. So it's turning out to be a good thing.
That's super awesome. So how long do you project it's going to take you to get the job done? Probably
the end of the year.
Not too bad.
Because I still have to look after my 2-year-old, so. So last night I started, I got it yesterday, and I think I worked until it got dark. I probably worked for 2 hours, and I hauled 10 games out of here.
Wow.
And packed them in the shipping container, and I still have another 20 to go. So.
Wow.
Whatever you do not drywall the ceiling.
No, it's going to all get sprayed flat black. Actually, another bonus, my neighbor, his son has a painting company, and he actually did the whole outside of my house. I developed a website for him, and he painted the entire outside of my house. And so I'm going to get him to spray the inside ceiling flat black once it's all said and done.
Nice. That's the one regret of my house is we drywall the ceiling, and every time a pipe bursts or something breaks, it's another hole.
Yeah. I've run a PEX plumbing throughout my whole house, so every single line is dedicated. Every single fixture has its own line going from a manifold in my basement here, so it's gonna be pretty cool once it's all done.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
I was excited yesterday. I was tired as hell, and at 8 o'clock last night, I was like, screw it, I'm hauling some games out of here.
Don't forget when you pack that stuff in there. Don't forget about putting stuff on top of the games in there.
Yeah, everything else in my basement, pretty much, except for these board games that you can see right here, they're going to be sold here. we've been packing for the last 6 months everything into bins. So my wife got, a Target came to Canada last year, and then they closed down within a year, all 100 and some odd locations. And so my wife was like totally shopping at Target when they were closing down, and we got, I don't know, she bought like 40 or 50 Rubbermaid bins for $2 a piece or something.
Nice.
So we've got bins like stacked up all over the place. So they're all going on top of the games.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I store a lot of parts on top of mine in the containers that I have. I got 3 containers, so I know how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping this is just temporary, but
Do you own that container, or did you rent it or lease it?
we're renting it, but for the first year you can rent to own it. So if we keep it for a year, it kind of breaks even if we decide to buy it.
Yeah, you won't regret having it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they're illegal where I live to have them on residential properties, though, so I'm not 100% sure if we'll be keeping it. I'd like to, but depends on what my neighbors think.
All you got to do is paint it like it looks like something, so it's not an eyesore.
Yeah. The idea was to clad it in cedar, but even that's illegal here still. They don't like metal structures for some reason.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really backwards.
It's solid and heavy. Where's it going to go?
Their fear is rust.
Oh, okay.
But
So-
it's not like wood can't rot, right?
Yeah, like ban all the cars, too. Why not?
It's just the city where I'm in, which is Surrey. Vancouver itself, they've actually been building low-income housing and women's shelters and stuff like that with shipping containers. So I'm hoping my city changes their idea about it.
Yeah.
One bonus, though, taking the first 6 games out last night before I got to the other ones, I found 2 more bins that were filled with board sets, so I got to go look through
Of
those.
course you did. Yeah. You always are having like, hey, here's another bin of like 10 awesome boards.
There's 2 bins probably with 15 games in each one, so I got to go through those.
So that around.
I remember when I was first bought all this huge lot, there was a bunch of, there was a Ghosts and Goblins, and there was a Bagman, and none of that stuff hadn't shown up, so I figured it was somewhere, and I think I found them.
Ghosts and Goblins, that's a pretty penny now.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I bought the set, because I bought a set of 110 boards for $700, and that board alone is like $350.
Yeah.
American, which is like $450 Canadian, so 1 or 2 board sets and that whole lot was paid for.
Nice.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm looking for right now is a Versus Nintendo PPU, the same one that's used in Verse Golf and Mach Rider and.
Is that
Squall.
002?
Yep,
Yeah, Castlevania uses that one, I believe. Yeah.
that's correct. I bought a untested Versus board with a Top Gun Konami daughter card on it,
Nice.
and for like I think it was like with shipping it was like $75.
Well, that's a buy.
And I haven't tested the Versus board yet, but I replaced the CPU on the Konami daughter card, and
Top
'cause
Gun works?
it wouldn't boot, but then Top Gun booted up with a different CPU.
Nice.
So I've got the daughter card and I've got the CPU, so I just need an O2 PPU, and I'll burn a Castlevania ROM, and I'll be good to go.
Did I just got a private message on Claw from Nutter Pac-Man, who's got a lot of Versus stuff, and he was asking me about that same exact PPU. So I don't know. He said that he was going to be selling one and wanted to know. He couldn't remember what I got mine for, and I got mine for $40. So I told him that's what I paid. So
Oh, cool, because that's the guy I'm talking to.
is it okay? Good. That's what it made me wonder. So I told him $40, which is a good price. Yeah.
That's exactly what I offered him, was $40 shipped.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't really sure, and some other guy had private messaged me like directly and asked, and I told him like, well, 35 is probably a good price, and he was like, oh, that's way too low.
No.
Not gonna deal with that guy. But Nutter Pac-Man, he basically wrote me and said, well, I don't really know, but let me find out.
He sold me one for $40, and that's what I told him, because he said I need to know what a good price is, and I couldn't remember, so I just told him that.
Okay, cool. So we should be able to make a deal then. I'll be able to get one from him then.
Yeah.
If you don't let me,
It's not like a rare PPU, so.
No, it's pretty common,
Yeah.
if you don't let me know, because there's a Seattle guy who literally has hundreds and hundreds of those things.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah, he took out an old like warehouse or Nintendo warehouse one time, and he's got so much Nintendo stuff, it's crazy.
Does he have a lot of CPUs then?
Yeah, he's got every single thing multiple times.
Okay, cool. Because I could totally use like 2 to 3 working CPUs. If
Yeah, he actually was wanting to get out of it, and he was trying to get me to buy his entire thing, but it was going to be thousands of dollars.
right.
And because he's got a lot of stuff.
So he's probably got a Gradius too.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Should I should I just PM you on like what do you
Yeah,
what's
just send me a PM and I'll just message him and see what he wants. Because I don't know if he was all gung ho about splitting everything up and just selling piece
Right.
by piece. He just wanted to get rid of everything, kind of.
Okay.
But I mean, if there's something I am looking for, or if I know someone looking for something, he might sell.
Okay.
Something. Yeah.
All right. Because I really need CPUs are at the top of my list. I'm so tired of only having one game going on my Red 10 right now.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because one of your CPUs died.
Yeah, and then those stupid Chinese ones.
Yeah, they don't work that well.
No, it was a disappointment. But I mean, it's good to know, I guess. They sent me. They're like, "Why'd you leave us, neutral feedback? Blah 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 blah." And I'm like, "I'm not gonna send these back to you for a refund. That's not even worth it at this point. I paid like what $30 for the 3 of them. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll just eat it. Don't worry about it.
Well,
I'm
and
not going to get you a positive feedback because that's going to take me like weeks to. Yeah.
those guys have like 17,000 feedback. So.
Yeah. So I don't know why they're so worried.
Yeah, my best source so far has just been when I bought the Versus boards themselves.
Yeah.
So I mean, I have 4 total CPUs right now, and 2 working boards. So it kind of works out. But if I get one of these other boards that I have working, and I want to put a game on that, then yeah, I'm gonna need like another couple.
Well, it's crazy. I have, if you don't count the Chinese ones, I have 6 CPUs, I think, and 4 are bad.
Oh, really?
No, more than that, because I only have 1 working CPU right now. So yeah.
Have they gone bad on you over time, or did they just
that one went bad on me, and that was what, like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Remember, I had the Red 10 on, and I'm like, what the hell? It fried.
Yeah, right where you were watching it.
Yeah. So.
Is there something wrong with your board that's causing that, maybe?
No, this is the first time I've had that board run for hours and hours, and before, and I just looked over there during that one show, and Super Mario Brothers was frozen, and the CPU it wouldn't boot up after that. But I've ran that board for for very very long lengths of time. And I just swapped the CPU and it booted right back up. So I don't know.
Well, we've got what was the other Versus news was Matt Osborne is working on an Excite Bike high score save, and apparently, and so he asked for volunteers in that thread that kind of pops up once in a while about it. And I guess I was like one of the first people to reply. So me and another guy are gonna hopefully be able to beta test that for him in the next couple of weeks when he has it ready. So hopefully soon, high score saves, which I guess would hopefully include the track times too for all the tracks.
That'd be cool.
As well as
the
total
he
score.
should do one for like a lot, like do one for Castlevania and Gradius and.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm sure. I don't know how involved that is. I'm sure it's not a
Yeah,
simple.
I think it's kind of involved, and he has a long list, and
Yeah.
it took quite a bit of coaxing, I think, to get him working on this one.
Isn't he doing one for Dr. Mario?
I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get him in here one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's on the East Coast, or he has to be, because he's near John. He drives over to his place, apparently.
Right.
They hang out.
Oh yeah, we met Matt. We were at a fun spot.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. We met a bunch of Matts.
A bunch of Matts and a bunch of people from cities like Steve from Buffalo or
Dave.
Dave from Albany.
Dave from Buffalo, Steve from Albany.
Dave from Buffalo, Steve from Albany.
Yeah.
Don't get them mixed up.
They're definitely different people.
Oh yeah.
Very different people, yes.
How was Steve from Albany? Is he kind of a creeper?
No comment.
I don't know if we want to get into that.
I suppose this. Yeah, I hear you.
He sounds like he does.
On the voicemails?
Yeah, he's very similar to that. Yeah. So if you can picture that, that's what he was like.
Well, I saw him on was it John's video, for real briefly, out at Fun Spot.
Yeah, I think he did have him on there.
He was like this, and here's Steve from Albany, and he said like 2 words.
Yeah, that's about right. He was actually his voicemails is the opposite. He was very quiet in person.
Oh yeah. Did he play in the tournament?
I think he played some games. I don't know if he actually finished all of them or not.
There's a big chunk of people who didn't.
I think a lot of people were just there to kind of hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played 2 games, I think, and both of them were not in the tournament.
The more games around, the less I play. That's kind of how it goes, I think, with a lot of people.
Although I did play Pandora's Palace. That was pretty fun.
That looks like that's a platformer, right?
And it's like reverse Donkey Kong. So you start at the top and you got to make your way down, and these skull heads are coming up after you instead of barrels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was actually pretty neat.
Well, I played some crazy Japanese baby game.
Over at John's place.
Yeah. I forget the name of it, too. It's something Angry Baby. I swear it's what it's called.
Angry Baby.
It's different events where you have to... I swear one event you have to run down like track and field, and then, you're mashing these big raised dome-like buttons. And
I think I've played that.
Yeah, and you got to keep on mashing. And they're huge. They're like 3 inches in diameter, and you got to mash these until you get to the end, and then you jump. And we couldn't figure out if you have to jump your head into the sumo guy's butt, or you have to on top of his butt. But it's great.
sounds great.
Yeah, it was interesting stuff. So yeah.
It's gonna bug me what the name of that game is now.
Yeah, I can't remember either. Yeah, I can't remember. It's weird. It's in a custom cabinet, but it's basically an MK2 clone. Like down to the smallest details, it's almost Mortal Kombat 2, but it's a new cabinet.
It's a baby like track and field, you said?
Well, the game is like track and field, but in 3D, where you're doing these different running and jumping type stuff, and but yeah, I can't remember the name of the damn thing. And then all the characters are basically babies. And one baby has his diaper on, but he keeps on pulling it down, and you can see like 3/4 of his junk.
I hope someone just tunes in like right now and he pulls his diaper down.
Like you can't. I mean, it's like really weird. It's like, why is he doing that?
Is this game in MAME?
It might be. Yeah, it probably is playable. I'm sure because it's actually it runs on Windows. I mean, when John booted the cab, it booted into like Windows 2000, Millennium or something, and then it went straight to the boot loading screen of the game. But
I need to find this now.
Heck, I also play this other game with it's huge cabinet by Namco. It's a big projection TV screen, like probably like 50 inches, and your only control is this big lever that you move from side to side, and it's 2-player. Like you can bang your lever against the other guy's lever, but they don't actually touch. There's like a force feedback mechanism in there.
Is it Come On Baby?
Yes, Come On Baby is the name.
Oh my God.
Or Come On Baby 2?
Yeah, I think this is just Come On Baby is the baby one. Yeah, that's it. It's
On a family show.
Yeah. Now, how do you spell come?
as in come here, baby.
All right. I gotta see if I can share this guy.
Explain to Aaron, the more awkward it gets.
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah, I should quit while I'm ahead.
Come on, babe.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's it. Except he didn't have the little side art there. Oh, he didn't have that capper on the top either. Just the basic cab. Yeah, there's a very suspiciously very dark baby out of all the
Oh, there. Zambi?
yeah, Zambi.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the Japanese are.
Oh, look at the size of the buttons.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
they're huge buttons, and you
They
just
look like track balls.
you bang
Oh,
the crap out
that
of
looks like fun.
I mean, you pound the crap out of those buttons.
Oh my! Holy crap! That's like, looks like
There it goes. He's pulling down his diaper. What is that?
What the hell? It's got like a 6-inch wanger too. Sean needs to watch this. That's the guy that Joe met later in life in the gym.
There's a link. There's a link to it in the chat if anybody wants to watch that after.
Absolutely.
Magfest, that would be awesome.
So do you think that was he was running it in MAME, Aaron?
No, I think that's
I can't
actually
see it.
that's
I can't find
actually
it.
the way it boots.
Oh, it actually is running off of Windows.
Yeah, because we looked inside the cab and it's like a big metal cage, you know, a commercial PC and a metal cage and everything. And
It didn't come up on Club at all.
yeah, it looks kind of like maybe in the last 10 years. I mean, reasonably recent. Yeah, let's see if there's a Come On Baby MAME ROM.
Oh, here it is. Come on, baby. It is in here. Oh, there's no pictures or anything, which is funny. So here's the Clove listing. Manufacturers X Potato New Millennium Excellent Potato Company Limited, 2000.
Ah, 2000. Okay.
Doesn't say. I'm trying to see if it says if it's based on anything.
Like a weird show or something.
Or no, like what if it is like just a Windows program or.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have any information. It doesn't even have a picture of it.
What I did, the other thing we played that I saw at Exidy's house was a Deco cassette system, but it's the dedicated cabinet with a multi-board in it for all the Deco games. So like Burger Time, the original release of it, and then a bunch of like old style shooters similar to like Astro Blaster or Pleiades and Moon Cresta.
It was a multi-cab?
Yeah, this one was a multi. I guess the originals were, you know, back in the day they were dedicated cabinets that ran on a cassette. So it was like the first multi-game system back in '83 where the operator would have a different cassette for each game and it would take like 3 minutes to boot up.
Yeah, I had a Burger Time Deco.
Yeah. And so someone, I don't know when, they came up with a multi-board that took all those cassettes, put them on, you know, an SD card or something or ROM. And now it runs off that. You don't need the cassette interface anymore, but it has all the games that were released for it on this multi-board.
I've never heard of a multi-deco.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, some of the games are, you know, it's Data East, so they weren't like the leading developer of arcade games in the early '80s.
Yeah, I know somebody who's trying to kind of collect different multi-systems.
I might want to look for that one. John said it was pretty hard to find. It was a prototype, or I'm sure there. I googled it and I found some pages on it, so I know it's got to be out there.
Yeah, let's see
But the cab is kind of cool. I mean, it's just got weird, really shallow plunger buttons that they only go down like a little bit.
Yeah, because I've been collecting Bally Sente boards because those ones you can basically just burn different ROMs and get all the games.
Oh right, okay.
So there's a guy who's looking for a couple of games now, so I started collecting them because you can get those boards pretty cheap still, and all you need is one base board, and then you can just buy the different. They call them cartridges, but they're just little mini boards.
Oh, okay.
and I was getting those boards for like $14.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then once you have a few of them, you can actually just burn ROMs and put all the games on them. You just swap the ROM chips out.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I guess it's not quite the cart system, but it's pretty much interchangeable.
Yeah. Well, it is a card system. It's just the card is just there's no plastic around it, just the board itself, and it has two little holes, maybe an inch or inch and a half, and you use your fingers and you just pull those out,
Oh, right. Okay.
and then you just push another one in. So you can just have multiple boards and just swap games.
So it's like basically like a daughter board.
Yeah.
That you just plug in.
Yeah, but it doesn't go into any chips. There's actually like a connector on the end of the main board that you just pop the boards in and out.
Oh, okay.
Atari System 1.
Pardon?
It's basically just like the Atari System 1.
Yeah.
You pull the daughter card off and put a new daughter card on. That's really all it is.
So the multi-kit is made by Weidels.
Yeah, I'm starting to find information here about it.
Of course, here I'm finding posts. I think this is on Clav, but someone's saying, well, there are only 5 ever made according to Weidel. Exidy has one, and Generic has at least one, and some other clobbers have them, but so it sounds like it may be pretty rare. I thought Exidy told me there were like 8.
There's a lot of well, I'm seeing I don't know if this is a multi though. This is a multi. There's on Atari Age someone has this is a couple years ago, 2013. Someone has a Deco cassette system arcade with games for sale, but it actually has a multi-cart menu, and it actually shows.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it says Weidel.com in the menu.
Well, that must have been one of them. Here's
There's a lot of games for this thing.
Here's the link to John's cab on Claw that I just posted. You can see a picture of it, the design and everything.
Here's the one that I'm reading for sale. That was a couple years ago.
Not a bad-looking cabinet. It's kind of a little bit distinctive. Kind of plain on the sides. It's just white. It says Data East, but
yeah, I had a Deco, but it wasn't in a Deco cabinet. It was just in a regular Burger Time cabinet. But the board set was a Deco board set.
Do those use cassettes?
they did originally. Yeah, they were a cassette-based system.
Huh.
This thing,
What
man,
about-
it's got like I don't even know if this is multiple screens or not, but it's got like Burger Time, Ice Cream Factory, Bump and Jump, Rootin' Tootin', Cluster Buster, Tornado, Lock and Chase, which I actually like.
I
Night
think
Star.
the whole menu, because if I remember, it didn't scroll. So I think there may be a couple underneath eggs at the bottom, but I think that was pretty close.
Yeah, there's a lot of games on there.
Yeah, there's some that were pretty interesting looking.
Well, maybe we need to get someone back on this.
Yeah, I wonder why Weidel never. If they only made like 8 or 10, they never really put in.
He has on the actual thing. It says Weidel.com. Is that still up?
I don't know.
I'm checking right now. It doesn't look like it's doing anything. Because on the bottom of the menu it says Weidel.com. Widel. But that page is blank for what I can see. That's not doing anything. That's too bad. Yeah, we should see. It'd be interesting to see if we can get something like that going again. Oh, it's got Boulder Dash. Did I say Boulder Dash?
Yeah, Boulder Dash is on there.
It's weird how the menu is not in alphabetical order, though.
Yeah, and like in this one thread I'm reading, there's like an email from Weidel. Is that a guy or a company? Not sure, but the guy's talking about how he put together 5 of them. Initially, he was doing another 5, so that makes 10 of these kits that were ever made.
Looks like it's his last name.
Yeah.
That post that you put up, it says D. Weidel.
Oh, okay. So he made 10.
Huh.
10 kits.
I mean, I'd be interested in one of these. Throw in a little, like I got a bunch of cabarets here.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean it looked like a pretty nice little package.
Well, I might have to start a new thread up and see if anybody knows anything about this. It's got Bump and Jump. Bump and Jump's a good game.
Yeah, I was trying to remember Bump and Jump and well, Burger Time, of course, and we just mentioned the other one, Boulder Dash. Those I recognize the names.
Yeah. Mission. It's got Mission X. Lock and Chase.
Night Star and Super Astro Fighter and Astro Fantasia. Those were some interesting kind of shooting games like Moon Cresta. They're kind of similar to Moon Cresta.
Yeah. I like Lock and Chase. Lock and Chase is a fun game. And it's got a bunch of sports: golf, soccer, tennis, bowling.
Yeah, I didn't try any.
Poker. Yeah, I might have to see if I can get a thread started on this.
Yeah, I'd be curious if there'll ever be any more made, or if you just have to hunt down one of the existing ones.
Well, I'm gonna see if I can do a search for him, D. Wydell. Either that or have any of you? Oh, there it goes. For some reason, my search wasn't working. Cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any stuff they've done in the last week?
Lots of Bondo.
Lots of Bondo.
Whole container so far.
Wow.
The entire bottom edge all the way around was all chipped and cracked and flaking, so I had no choice. I go all the way around with it to get the edge back square and the front of the cabinet and some parts of the sides where it comes down from the control panel.
That's a lot of Bondo.
It's a lot of mistreated cabinet.
Did you ever get anything with sandblasting? Did you look into that at all?
The only thing that's going to need it is the coin door, and my buddy that lives on the other side of town, he's going to start, after much convincing, restoring the 3 or 4 games he has. So when he gets to that point, he's going to take the coin door and do it.
Is this the auto body guy?
Yes, but he's also a bit of an arcade junkie.
Right, cool.
He got his first game, Asteroids, when he was, I think, 15 or 16. He bought it with his Paperboy money.
Wow, he didn't buy a Paperboy with his Paperboy money?
No, that would have been even funnier, though. But no. But yeah, when he gets down to the coin door, he's going to get the proper stuff to put that. It's not a texture; it's more of a design, I guess, on the front of the coin doors. The kind of what's it called? It's not quite pitting, but
Hammered.
Yeah,
there we go. Hammered finish. There we go.
Do you have the raised lettering on yours, or is it painted?
It's just silkscreen. Hello, Echo.
Hello, hello. This is the greatest show.
It's not Echo, it's Buffett.
Yeah,
Sunday.
Our audio is buffeting.
yeah, buddy.
Classic.
That's it. Well, I got lucky. Me and my friend went on half on a bead blasting cabinet, so I'll be able to bead blast a lot of my small parts now. So that'll be fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's handy. My neighbor has one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
haven't had a chance to put it together yet. It's still in the box, but I got it all.
So the next is you can do your own.
I didn't hear what he said.
Me either.
He was talking about getting a powder coat.
Oh yeah, Harbor Freight's good for that too, but I don't have the room. Not right now. Also, I don't have an oven, so you know. Oh,
Ovens are pretty easy to make.
Yeah, I want something better than the hot plate with a piece of tin wrap around it. That's what I want. Something better than that.
You can always just go buy a $50 oven somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because some of the stuff I want to powder coat's, not big, but it's long. So, marquee brackets and stuff, you got to have a great big long chimney or really long, oven. So it's kind of a pain. So.
Yeah, it does help to have a bigger.
Yeah. Luckily, though, there's a couple powder coaters right here in town that are relatively inexpensive. I just take them a bunch of stuff, and it's pretty easy. So I'm not terribly worried about that at the moment. That, and I like it, but I'll paint it. I don't care. It's no big deal to me. So. And if you want it to look powder coated, you just paint it about 50 times. That'll make it look powder coated.
Yeah, it just takes a lot less time to powder it properly.
Yeah, I agree with you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, Aaron, I think I found Waddell.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just put a link to the story page. Looks like his name's Dave. It's Dave at Waddell.com.
Cool.
And he actually has a list at the bottom. At the bottom with all the games and all what controls are and stuff.
Jimbo's
It's really hard to talk.
Dude, my wife's gonna come out here and be like, "Why are you laughing so hard?" I'm trying to sleep.
I don't hear any echo.
Dude, watching you,
my
Jim,
God.
for the last 5 minutes has been cracking me up more than the echo.
I almost fell on the floor. I was laughing so hard. I'm gonna as close as I've pissed myself in a long time. God, that was so funny. I was just I'd listen to Buffett, and I'd just be waiting for Orange Whip to say something, and then I'd just lose it.
Yeah, if you all don't want me to echo, buy me a microphone. It's that simple. I don't know what to say.
I have an extra one.
You put it in the mail, I'll use it.
I'll trade you for some caps or something. Yeah.
I was watching the video last week from the one you did before where I wasn't there, and you were echoing, so I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, we had a
That's bad.
Oh, the echo is gone. I do have the extra set because I got this new headset. I do have an extra set here now. Works, but
this analog. I used this analog one last week and it didn't have any problems. It's actually more comfortable than the one I'm wearing, but I could send this one to Buffett. Maybe we can make a trade.
Yeah, I'll send you your K7 or something. K7 cap kit or something.
Hey, do you have any verse?
No, I keep all the ones I got for my 20-plus game ones that I have, so I need some for myself.
Damn.
It sucks. When you find a good source, I'll be buying some more.
All right. God, that was funny.
I'm glad I can make you guys laugh. It's that simple.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Put me on a loop, I reckon. I don't know what to tell you.
It's weird. We weren't getting that the first couple times you were on, though.
Right. It's not consistent.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't move but about 6 inches either way, so I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
There's a joke somewhere.
Oh, I have no doubt. I can turn my air conditioner on. Maybe that'll echo too. Who knows? Let's see here. Did that help kill the echo?
No.
Do you have the microphone in your beard?
That's why I put part of it. Yeah.
That seems to work as a good noise suppressant.
Yeah, I can put it in the beard a little bit more. See, now it's underneath.
The poor people that are just tuning in. All of our 5 listeners.
Hey, why not? we've had ultimately more fun on this podcast than they do on Arcade Outsider, so I don't know.
Well, the difference is we actually have a podcast.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, buddy. You've got a creative bunch in this one. That's for sure.
It sounds like there's a lot of people on this one.
Absolutely. Why not? Extra views. How about you? I'll mute my microphone. I'm going to go put me a lasagna in the oven, so I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, I hope there's some video of that.
See, when Muffin doesn't have his microphone, now it sounds like there's
Absolutely. I might turn it on so you can watch me eat my dinner. How about that? We'll see.
Let's see these legendary buffet skills.
So you could.
Man, when he doesn't have his mic muted, it's not muted. When he doesn't have his mic muted, yeah, that worked. It sounds like there's like 5 of each of us. And this is a popular show. God, I seriously was. I just about tipped over on my chair.
We could start a weekly school me at this game kind of deal.
Oh yeah.
Where we boot up we had Mike have his Street Fighter clinic a couple times ago.
Oh yeah. I should see if I can somehow mount this camera and play some eyes. I'll have to drop out for a second. Maybe I'll do that. I'll try it.
Just so you know, Aaron, I'm sending. This is awesome podcasting here, but I'm actually emailing Dave right now as we speak.
Oh, cool.
I want to see if his. I mean, the address still seems to be up, but there's nothing on it, so I'm hoping the email still works.
Cool. Maybe he's still around, still interested in the hobby.
Yeah. Or maybe he'll pass it on to.
Yeah, at least maybe
us or something.
Someone else might want to take it up and produce a run of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also got a Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 board that I picked up that I need to. I got those kick harnesses that I bought off the guy in Claude. He sent me 2. They look pretty good. He put them together pretty nice. So they have the actual connectors that the MK machines use. What's that?
How much did you end up spending on those?
I think they were for 2 it was $30 shipped. Here, and I'll put my camera on here so you can see. Yeah, so it's pretty good looking. There's your kick harness connector there, and I had him add an extra run button to each player on this one in case I wanted to use it for either one. But it's got these actual Molex connectors here that looks like that's what runs to the JAMA harness on an actual MK. So that's kind of cool. And then, so I'm going to hook them up and try them out. But the price was right. Saved me the trouble of doing that whole thing.
Yeah, were you saying that you were finding them for more like a 40 a piece?
Yeah, the guy on eBay that was selling them for 40, he dropped his price to 29, but they're still like 29 plus shipping, so for one, and they basically looked exactly like this. I mean, they didn't look any more professional or anything. It was, probably handmade. And
the hard part's the connectors, right?
That's what I thought, because the ones online look so weird, and we were talking about it last week, and the Gleek, I don't know, what is it? Is his name Mike? He's not on tonight, is he? I don't think he is.
He's not on tonight.
He was saying it looks just like standard Molex, and he was right. Looks like standard .1.
Oh yeah.
00 Molex. So one row, single row. So you could just buy this part pretty cheap, and I'm sure these are not too expensive. They look kind of like amp. I don't know. They might be amp. I'm not sure, but going a little bit beefy, but and just your quick disconnects on the end and everything. But crimping, it's a lot of work. $15, I'll take this.
Right. For an hour of your time, that's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, and ordering the parts and everything. And he actually started a thread on Claw too, for Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, Killer Instinct, because I think these are all the same for all those games, pretty much.
Did you say you just picked up the board, Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate?
Yeah, I just got Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate.
What are those going for these days?
Well, with the original, the one I had picked up was the board plus the Juggernaut hack ROM set plus the original ROMs. And so shipped that was like $180. So
what's the Juggernaut ROMs?
It's just like another like tournament style hack to the game that tweaks some of the players and hidden characters so they can be playable right away and things like that.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably just swap out the original ROMs and then save those extra ROMs because there's like 12 different ROMs that were changed, so it's a lot of extra ROMs. But 150 is kind of what 150, 160 probably for the board plus shipping.
Okay.
They're a little bit more expensive than like MK2 or.
Yeah, like I said, I have 2 or 3 of them sitting here. I just have no idea what they're worth. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, working, you could probably easily ask 150 for them.
Yeah, I've just been trying to price a lot of the stuff out that I have sitting here, so. Stuff changes so frequently. It's hard to catch up sometimes, and then some people think they have gold with stuff, and it's really not worth that much. And
yeah, that's definitely true.
and people go by buy it now prices on eBay. It's like, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's selling.
Right.
Do a search for sold stuff.
Oh, that's why
it's back.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's why I did that thread on K-Love. What I said, make me an offer of $2 or better, because I just want it gone. Some of it's worth and some of it's not. So
yeah.
And the Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 harness are different, and the 2 and 3 harnesses are different for the kick harnesses. I think 3 and 4 might be the same, but 1, 2, and 3 are all different in one way or another for the separate extra kick harness.
Yeah, I might have to check that out then. He did them as MK2s, and then he added like an extra wire or two for the run button for MK3, but I'll be curious. If it doesn't work, I'll have to rewire it. But
yeah, they're just a little bit different. Like it's 1 or 2 pins over on one or the other, and I can't remember which way it goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, basically, whenever I hook them up into cabinets, I just sit there and pack on them and watch the screen.
Oh, right.
Is this it? Okay. Is this it? No. Is this it? Oh, it resets it. That's not it. Keep on going down the line. So, that's just what I do. Because the one manual will tell you one manual will tell you different. And the biggest reason is between the X unit and the Y unit, it's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're a little bit different, and like the power connector to the soundboard is like the same but different, but you got to off-step it 1 pin, otherwise you'll like burn it up.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, so pay big attention and get the right board for the right soundboard for the right main board and etc. for Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, so you don't burn them up. Yep.
I've been curious. Have any of you guys heard of a post on Clov or someone's blog where they've listed the different EEPROM types that are on different board sets, like a database? So like a Versus board it uses these EEPROMs, Galaga uses these EEPROMs, Donkey Kong uses these EEPROMs.
I heard that. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That would be a fantastic idea. I hate having to try to look it up every time I want to burn around for somebody or one of my games or something stupid. I'd love it.
Yeah, so I was trying to find something and I couldn't find anything. Ooh.
Whoa, what's going on there? He's playing some ice.
Let's present him to everybody for a bit. Hey Jim, would you like to explain the rules of the game while you're playing? Can you hear us?
Doesn't sound like he can hear you.
He must not have his headset on. It does some strange sounds.
Yeah.
Thor climbs pretty fast.
Yeah. It's not even going up when he shoots things. It's just like constantly going up.
No, that's the weird thing about eyes. All you have to do is just stay alive, and you get points. And then if you kill the guys, you get extra points, and when you get the dogs or zap the dogs, you get extra points. It's really strange. It's just an endurance thing, right?
Is he getting points every single time he shoots something? Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, you get points, an extra point or two or three, whatever it is, for each time you shoot something, and then you get some extra points when you shoot the actual eyes themselves, whatever those things are called. And basically the way it works is every time you shoot one of the other eyes, they come back faster and more, they're harder to kill because they're faster and they're more aggressive every time.
Oh, and they come back out. I see, yeah. It's going for a top score.
Yeah, I wish we could get a high score staircase in this and get the one perfected for Nibbler, so that way it's out there, and then some of the other rock openings would be great. But this one in Nibbler is too big. I'd like to see more than for. Golf clap in stereo. Golf clap in stereo.
Yes, that was a little golf clap thing. What was your character? What was he? He had like something on his head. Was that just part of his like retina or something, or? Did you guys notice that?
Yeah, it's really weird. It looks like if you just yank your eye out, it's what the stuff hanging off the back of it is. That's the way I always thought about it. What it looked like to me.
Like the stalk.
Yeah, it's either that or you can look at it a different way. It looks like a bow tie, so it's kind of like an eye with a bow tie. It's kind of odd.
Yeah, I thought it would look like a little turban he had on or something. Because the enemy eyes didn't have that coming out of the back of them.
Yeah, they do and they don't. If you look at them again, there's a little bit of something that comes out of the back of them, but I don't know what it really is supposed to be.
Just looking at Andrew. Oh, Andrew's... No, Andrew... I thought your video was frozen, Andrew.
Nope, just me.
He's good at sitting really stoic or whatever you call it. Really still. He's really good at it.
I was just thinking about what you were saying about the eyes thing, and I was trying to remember what it looks like. It's been a while since I played it. Jim put up a pretty good score, though.
Just gonna see if I can find a screenshot here.
Well, that fucking sucked. That was a terrible display. Should I, what's the volume? Like, could you guys hear the sounds on the game?
That's all we
have.
Okay, I was wondering if I should have muted that, because...
We were trying to get you to do like a play-by-play or explain the game as you're playing it, but I don't think you can hear us.
Well, see, I could turn on my computer speakers. I don't know if there would be an echo or not, because the camera is a little ways away from my computer, and I don't have 2 extension cables, so I can't have my headset on while I'm playing.
Right.
Kind of a cool idea though for the show is having people play through games. In the background, we probably don't want to feature it quite as much as this, but yeah.
Right.
Kind of cool seeing it though. Like, so if you want to pull it up and look at it, then actually that's a good question. So I didn't watch the video from last week. Can you see everyone's pictures at the bottom in the video, or is it just whoever's being featured?
I think you can.
You see exactly what we see, except for the chat on the side.
Right. But you don't have any control. Obviously, it's video, so you don't have any control over. Oh, I want to watch that while it's going on.
No.
Well, if you log into YouTube right now, you can see it, the live stream.
Oh.
Yeah, you can watch the live stream of this. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we all turn that on. We can all echo.
We actually have one viewer right now watching live.
It's probably a bot. No.
That actually might be my cell phone.
Yeah. I downloaded the video, and it shows all the boxes down at the bottom. And
there's a link to the live video.
And then when it's on Orange Whip, it actually has the title of what it is. Everybody else it does not.
Right. Is it on tonight though? I don't actually see it on tonight. I might not have turned it on.
No, it's not on.
Oops.
I'm going to play one more game. I'm going to mute the mic, though.
Oh, actually, all my settings are gone. That would explain why it's not showing up. Let's see if I can quickly find that. Also, there was a thread I was kind of following on Clov the last week or so, where someone is asking whether you guys have your arcades on free play or on quarters or some other system. And then in that, someone came up with the AnyCoin version 2 by arcadeplastics.com. Any of you guys ever used one of those?
That's a good option for games that don't have free play and you want to still drop some kind of coin, because you can put anything you want in there.
Yeah, it takes anything. I was just, because I actually just want to get a bunch of tokens. I don't even care if they're the same token. I don't think I like the free play thing. I want to actually physically drop stuff into my machines. And I think that would be like so easy, especially because if I order a bunch of tokens or whatever from the States, they're not going to be the same as our Canadian mechs, right?
Probably not, yeah.
Whereas this thing, yeah. And if you buy a bunch of them, they end up being really cheap.
Well, in reality, if you get a token, a .900 should be a .900, whether it's American or, Canadian. If you get tokens, the weight shouldn't change just because it's Canadian.
No, but our dimensions are different than yours.
Yeah, but .900 in the weight and the size should be the same. But anyway, it may not be. Who knows?
Well,
But as far as,
you'll have to solve your you'll do which
There you go.
switch all of your mechs over to match those .900 tokens.
Right. Whereas if you buy 20 of these things, they're $3 a piece.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty damn cheap.
It's a great option.
And it's free shipping.
Yeah, and they're pretty cool.
So if I had 20 machines, I mean, that's $60.
That's cheaper than that Adams option with the the one-ups, and which is a really cool device. But I mean, his are $20 or $25 a pop.
Yeah, it gets pricey, and it's still not really the same thing either, right?
Well, no, I mean, that's more like what I've got, where everything's on free play. So
Right.
it replicates a free play on a machine that doesn't actually have it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind the free play. I know there's some machines that if you have free play, it has a static screen, so it burns in. But I just like the idea of dropping coins.
Yeah, and most people get that. They understand. Oh, I put a quarter in, or I put a something in, and something happens.
Yeah.
me personally, when I go to actually have my arcade later in life, like I've got over 100 machines, I want my stuff on token play because it makes it a lot of fun. But for MagFest, we have to have it on free play, so I can't do that.
Right. Yeah, the Seattle show, everything has to be on free play as well.
So, I like Adam's idea, but, I need a whole shit ton of them for the stuff at MagFest. And, unless I produce something myself in some way or form, the wire connected from the coin back down to the start button works for me.
Yeah.
Are there any games out there that don't have a free play option?
Lots of them.
Boy, tons.
So so I guess in that case, like, you just don't set those on the floor at MagFest, or?
Or you have to
No, we do. We just take the wire from the coin back to the start button. So whenever you hit the start button, it dumps in. You put a bunch of credits in to start, and that way there's already some in there. And
Right.
Right. Now the problem with some of them, it's like for the racing games, the stand-up racing games that Atari came out with, or whatever. Super hang-on and stuff. The problem with those is you use the start button to have a reverse view. So if you don't do it right, or sometimes it doesn't work at all, you constantly drive in reverse. And the other problem with that is those games, if you put 5 credits in it, it runs them all out until the credits are gone. It doesn't wait for you to push start again. So you can't keep pointing them up. It just keeps going and going and going and going and going and never stops. So those are kind of a pain.
Right, and there actually are some good games that better off of free play too than on, like Gauntlet or any of the beat 'em ups. Really, it's kind of like cool to have that whole thing where you have to reach down and actually put a coin in to continue playing.
Right.
Yeah, those are a big problem at MagFest too, because people will put 999 credits on it, but on the 6-player X-Men, somebody hits Dazzler. Well, now you got to wait for all the credits to be gone out of Dazzler or reset the game in order to start it over again, so a new set of people can just pick it up from the beginning because they don't want to just play in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And then all you hear is oh every time they die for hours on end. And then if only one person's playing it, you got to move 6 characters across the screen. It's stupid. So we just reset it once in a while and then add like 30 credits on each player and just kind of keep doing it that way. So, but it sucks because I got the Simpsons and the Turtles games and a bunch of them that do that. So it's kind of a pain.
Yeah.
But they like to play them, so we just kind of keep doing it. That's the way it is.
Is my lower third there now? Is it facing the right direction?
Yep.
Cool. For some reason, for me, it looks like it's backwards. I guess I got to flip my screen around. How about now? Does it still look okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know why I lost my settings. It was weird. Yeah, so I might order a bunch of these Any Coin version 2 things. They, for 20 of them, they come $3 a piece. That's a good deal.
This is my over-the-shoulder laptop cam.
You gonna play some Top Gun and show us how to land?
Yeah, I'm holding my laptop in one hand and I'm playing Top Gun in the other.
All right, you're being presented.
And I hear Dr. Mario.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dr. Mario is running on the other side.
I don't know about the paint job on that thing. Whoever did that sure didn't know how to do a very good paint job.
Yeah, it's pretty questionable.
Yeah, no kidding. Where'd my thing go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is a classic. It's got this great white background.
I don't know if I've ever played that game before.
I love the music in it. I really just do. They did a really good job, in my opinion, with the music. I just like listening to the intro over and over and over again. It's great. I have one too in my red tent, so, or one of my red tents anyway, somewhere in there. Yeah, the intro to that actually makes me want to watch the movie and put up with Tom Cruise.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm flying. Ooh. Uh-oh, I'm locked on. Oh.
That reminds me of Blue Lightning. I used to have the Atari Lynx, the handheld.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Looked very similar to that.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
I have 9 players remaining. I don't even know how you land, or I guess you have to kill a certain amount of planes.
Yeah, you go through the stage, you kill a certain amount of planes, but there is an ultimate goal to the end, and then when you get to the end, you'll start to auto land with the aircraft carrier, and then if you fudge it up, you hit the carrier, or you hit the water, or you land. So,
Fudge it up.
yeah, most of the time, most people.
Oh, here we go. I'm gonna land. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, it just watch what it's telling you to do and speed up and speed down. If you do it right, the where it says speed up, speed down won't be there anymore if you're on track. So if it's still flashing at you, you need to speed down.
How do you slow down?
Well, down is down for your plane. There you go, speed down. No.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
No. What should I?
That was a bad angle.
Oh.
Nice fly.
Oops.
Yeah, bloody.
Oh, I can select my weapon here. Okay.
So we can hear Dr. Mario better than we can hear Top Gun.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, there's 7 guys left.
So is the 7 guys a setting, or is that just how many credits you put in?
You threw it
Well,
away.
I think I put in a whole crap load of quarters in it,
So
or
you just
credits.
get more guys then? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think so.
It gives you the option when you first start it, based on how many credits you put in.
Ooh, I shot missiles at those guys. Not those guys. Oh well. Well, I think you've got a taste. Oh, I see. You can lock onto them. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe if I get enough stuff out of here with my
Oh, there's
shipping container, or
boats.
maybe I can bring turkey shoot over this way, and I can show you guys some turkey shoot.
Feathers?
Yeah, with the feathers. Because I think most things I have here, you guys already know or seen them before. So.
Oh well. Okay.
So you guys can watch me play 45 minutes of Rastan.
With the hard bats or the easy bats?
All the boards I have right now have easy bats.
So did you find out, is that just the burning of a new ROM, or?
Yeah. It's just a different ROM revision.
Because there's the guy where I got all my boards and stuff recently from, he actually had some Rastan stuff. And I was like going, oh, I wonder if there's a different set there or something, but...
Yeah, they're just, I know, I tested it in MAME, and there's definitely two different revisions of it. I just haven't reburned the ROMs on one of the boards I've got to play with that different set.
Right. Cool. Well, I'm going to put on Clove, I'm going to put a couple posts up. One, I'm going to put one up for EPROMs and see if I get that going. But I also want to put one up for this show, too, if we can. So maybe getting people to ask questions, like for Buffett or for any of us, about fixing things or gameplay ideas or tips and tricks. I don't know. Do you guys have any suggestions on what, if we can get people watching?
Nope.
More beer, naked women.
That's better than naked men.
This is true. Or naked babies, like in that game that Aaron was playing earlier, or showing us earlier.
So is actually setting that one up for the get together next weekend, Aaron?
Yeah, I believe so. He is going to have that one set up for sure. Hold on, this thing is really loud. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to have it set up. Because we moved it into the corner. We kind of did a little bit of rearranging.
What did you guys end up doing? Like, besides moving games around?
Trying out all those different games to make sure they were working. So I played some Zookeeper. That was fun.
Yeah.
Hadn't played Zookeeper before, so played some games of that, and tried all the Tato games in his Tato row. Zookeeper, Alpine Ski. He has an Alpine Ski there.
Yeah, we'll be throwing down on some of that shit.
Yeah, that's for sure. So 10-yard fight.
My Grinker's high score of what, 88,000?
That's right. Well, he was telling me about this trick that somebody told him about, where in the first race you try to get as few points as possible. Then in the second race you hit as many flags as you can, and if you can roll your score back before 0, it'll go to like 99999.
I think I've heard about that. Yeah, there's like the game is broken when it comes to that high score if you do that break.
Yeah. So I was like, oh man, if we knew that in the tournament, I'm sure Clint knew about it though.
Yeah, no, I'm sure if Clint saw that score, he'd be like,
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, but let me think what else he put out. Because I guess he must have some storage units, so he kind of rotates things.
Yeah. Did he get the Forgotten Worlds working?
The what now?
Forgotten Worlds?
Yeah, it was working. I think he was going to move that one, over by the Neo Geo. So yeah, we got that one. He got that one working before I got there. And he was going to do a cap kit on a couple monitors and some other stuff, but his air conditioning unit leaked underneath the stairs.
Oh shit.
So he had a bunch of boxes and stuff down there that I helped him kind of move out that were kind of waterlogged. They
Yeah,
had
I couldn't make it down. I was trying to, and then the wife wanted to plant a bunch of stuff in the garden, so
oh yeah, no,
couldn't make it.
it was kind of low key. It was kind of more hanging out and then moving a few games, and he showed me like the Deco system and that giant Namco thing that he has set up, and
Yeah.
oh, what was that? Something party. Forget what it was called. What else did he have set up there?
Hmm.
Oh, then I played some Kickman. That was fun.
What other potato games does he have?
I'm trying to think of the row that's set up. It's got
So-
10-yard fight, Zookeeper, Alpine Ski, some kind of Wild West game that he said was pretty rare. It's like a train on tracks, and the horses, the bandits are riding beside it. Can't remember what that one was called. Kicks was the Kicks or Quicks or
Yeah.
Frontline. I think there's like 7 or 8 cabs there, all Tato just in a row. All the same exact body style. That Tato body style.
Jungle King or Jungle Hunt?
That was in his back room, right next to the Quantum.
Well, he had a Rastan last time we were there too.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, and it looks like he's taken maybe a few of his cabs out. Seems like he had less cabs. He also was down to like 5 or 6 pinball machines. But he still has the 3 Egret 2 candy cabs set up.
That should be a good time.
Yeah, it should be fun. Get the word out, and hopefully everybody. Sounds like Dan will try to make it from Colorado Springs.
Yeah, Darkness would be good to see that guy again.
Darkness, yeah, we haven't seen him since John was in town, I believe.
Was that the last time? Wow.
Yeah, when Jacobson came to town. It's like when Craigslist comes to town.
Something went up.
Something went up. That's right. What was the name of that giant? Now I'm going to think about that, try to figure it out. But
So sorry if it's not clear, guys. We're having our Rocky Mountain Arcade Collectors meetup next week on Saturday at John X's house.
Nice. That's what I kind of figured it sounded like.
Yeah. Sorry, we didn't clarify that, but yeah.
Any news of, I'm trying to remember, is it Darla? Is that her name?
Oh, Zyla?
Zyla. Any news about her move or anything?
Well, so last I heard, at least it's moving forward. She's in Arizona now, I guess, trying to sort out some of the details for the move and look at logistics. And I guess the arcade that she's merging with in Arizona, they're moving into a new space. It's a few thousand square feet, so it's a pretty big. It's at 4,000 square feet. But yeah, it's kind of a big deal. That sucks for us because we're losing a pretty awesome arcade here. I mean, just her games are games that you don't find it in barcades.
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, there's some pretty cool old school shooting games and just different stuff.
She's got a lot of color vectors. Just stuff. Yeah, besides Tempest, that you won't ever find, like just out on a location. It really bums me out that she's leaving.
That's like the biggest URL ever, but that's the giant party game that John has in his basement now.
That is like the longest URL ever.
It is.
Which version is it, like the showcase version, or is it the all-in-one?
Let me open it's the big one. So the showcase.
With
Yeah.
the projector.
The showcase version with the projector and the.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it's massive. Panic Park, yeah, it's those two, that red and blue kind of handle that are sticking up on the sides. Those are the only controls. It's just those two buttons. Oh, and there is a big button in front of you, but like the red button and the blue button. So you bash those two against each other. It like has this screen where these fists are pounding each other, and it's like encouraging you to do that.
Sounds like Street Fighter 1.
And John said that the game, people get hurt playing it.
Yeah. They switched from that to the 6-button layout because of the pneumatic buttons where people were just destroying a cabinet and they were destroying themselves.
Yeah.
So is this actually a fun game?
We only played it for a few minutes, but it seemed like it could be after a few beers.
So I've seen one of these things, but I always just kind of thought they were like a kids redemption kind of thing. I didn't think it was like a really decent game or not.
Yeah, I think it's like a fun. It looked like it'd be fun if you had a bunch of people who were like kind of drunk and really wailing on the thing.
Speaking of beer, I'll have to remember at Grinkers that if I feel like I'm getting out of hand, I need to play more games because I drink a lot slower when I'm playing something. Because
it doesn't matter. You're in the arcade for like 12 hours. Drinking, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doomed.
Yeah.
Eat a lot of sandwiches.
Yes.
Yeah, just eat a lot of sandwiches and space out your drinking.
So, is there any plans for any of you guys to go to CAX this year?
No, it's not.
Not for me.
Not on the cards for me.
Have any of you guys? Yeah, I'm just going to present this. Have any of you guys ever seen this game before? I think I might have mentioned this before or not, but anybody ever seen that game?
Killer Queen.
It's actually.
I just tried scrolling down on your screen. I'm like,
I did the same thing, like simultaneously.
I will scroll down.
I was like, wait a minute.
So it's actually two back to back.
Buffett's back.
Yeah. That's it. We had them at MagFest. I watched it a little bit. I wasn't too enthralled with it, but it seemed to be pretty popular.
Did they have these two cabinets?
Well, they had the ones that were in New York. They brought them down, and they were up in New York, and they brought them down. We had them at MagFest because an owner of a bar or whatever was going to take them, that had bought them, and was going to take them back to his bar after MagFest. So that's where they went. They're in a bar around here somewhere. I don't know.
Because I played it at CAX a couple of years ago, and it was a prototype version, I guess, or beta version, where they had a one huge projection on the screen, and then they actually had 10 sets of controllers. Here goes Jimbo again.
No, he muted it. It's all right.
10 sets of controllers just standing out in front. I've not I've seen this cabinet in pictures, but I've never seen the actual finished version of it.
Yeah,
so
we had those two cabinets that night.
Okay. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, basically these guys made this. It's like a new arcade game, and it's two cabinets that they go back to back, and on each cabinet, 5 people can play at the same time, and you're actually a team playing against the people on the other cabinet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so you'll see all 10 people on your screen at once, but you're separated because you can win the game or win the level 3 different ways, so you can strategize with your teammates how you want to beat the other side. And it's kind of a mixture between kind of Joust and the original Mario Brothers, kind of mixed together with a couple other kind of little game things thrown in. It's actually really, really fun.
Who made the game?
I don't know who it is.
Because those cabinets, their colors look like Nintendo.
they're just they do look like Nintendo, but they're just they're hand built.
Okay.
It's actually just a LCD screen.
Yeah, they look pretty plain, but I mean the colors reminded me of Nintendo.
I can tell you one thing: they're junk built. They fall apart. They're like 1/4-inch plywood or something stupid. They're just junk. Absolutely. I mean, the game is cool. I'm not knocking the game, but the cabinet is just junk.
That's weird. And you do that if you use LCDs because it's light enough with the LCDs, right?
I'm sorry, I blacked out there for a second.
We need a code word for Buffett to mute so that we can then talk without the echo. because they'd be so light because they're just a PC inside, I think, with a LCD on top. So it's too bad they went cheap. But the one I saw, yeah, it was a full. You could project it onto a full, huge wall, and then they made these 10 boxes just out of like plywood that were spray painted white, and then each one had a joystick and a button on it.
Sweet.
Sounds classy.
Yeah, it's actually it was really fun, and just kind of got me wondering if there's going to be other independent guys, kind of like the pinball movement, right? Where you got these independent guys starting up making games. If we're going to get more of this stuff, because it's not hard to make, games in, Flash or any of these systems that'll play perfectly fine.
Well, there's that guy that local here that made some kind of fly trap or something like that.
Fly trap is right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Club for a while, getting pissy
Yeah,
about
next don't get along.
it. Yeah. So he tried, and he was a weird dude. I met him at I think it was the get together. Well, it was either the get together or the con off. I can't remember where I ran into him. I think it was the get together where John Jacobson was in town. And that guy was there, and he had this really big beard, like he looked like Grizzly Adams.
Yeah.
I told John, I'm like, hey, the Flytrap guy is over there. And he's like, that guy? Last time I saw him, he didn't have any facial hair at all.
Yeah. No, that's the way. When I met him was one of the years at the Pinball Showdown. I think it was when he first brought Flytrap out, like the first time. And yeah, he was like kind of a clean cut kind of looking dude. And then yeah, he totally went Grizzly Adams.
he went Buffett.
No, I think his name is Adam.
Oh, okay. I couldn't quite remember.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I know he and XD have had their problems, but
yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of surprised there has been more people maybe trying to attempt this, because I think they're selling this thing for $3,500.
Oh, the Killer Queen.
Yeah. And it's not hard to make games today, and it's LCD screens and everything else. It wouldn't be that hard to do something like this.
I guess it's the manufacturing side of it. I mean, they're large, they're hard to move.
Yeah, but even so, I mean, how many people have CNC machines nowadays? Not hard to actually pump out a lot of cabinets. You flat pack them even.
I'm lucky enough. There's a guy down the street from me about an hour. He's got a big CNC to be able to cut out cabs like that, so it's nice.
what's that noise?
Someone standing here. There's actually, looks like this is the actual website, maybe.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, I'm cleaning my boards with alcohol.
Sure you are.
My TPG.
I'm cleaning my insides with alcohol.
So they're calling it half Joust, half StarCraft, and one giant snail.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's actually so that's what the game. That's a screenshot there.
Oh, okay. It's kind of jousty.
Yeah.
What's funny, you mentioned Flash. Have you heard like?
Yeah, it looks like Flash.
Well, all the new stuff out right now is people actually calling for kind of like the official death of Flash.
Yeah.
With all the security problems.
I'm tired of updating it.
Right. What's would it just be HTML5? Is that kind of where everything's going?
Yeah, get rid of Flash and just go HTML5 and everything.
HTML5 just can't do everything yet, though. That's the problem.
It can't, but the problem is that Flash has so many security issues that it's dangerous to keep around.
Let's just do everything in VRML.
Vermal, I love Vermal. I fucking love Vermal.
Yeah.
That was the greatest technology that should never have died.
Yeah, I just remember we used to put it on our resumes for like 10 years after it came out, but no one really cared.
Did you ever use Cosmo Worlds?
I don't think so.
The Cosmo Worlds, that was the Silicon Graphics. They built an interface which actually is almost exactly the same modeler that SketchUp uses.
Oh, okay.
It's like almost identical. But yeah, they had a great GUI modeler that was pretty fucking sweet. That was a great app. It was great technology that should not have gone away. And computers nowadays would run it so awesome.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean the browsers are so much faster and.
Yeah, we actually have like dedicated GL cards and stuff like that could actually handle doing the real-time 3D graphics.
You could design a website just like the server network in Jurassic Park,
You could.
where she's like browsing the 3D graphic nodes, going, "It's a Unix system."
Dude, no, that was
I love that.
that's
Interactive CD-ROM.
that interface. I mean, I could be wrong here, and I know that we're doing this live, so I'll probably sound like an asshole, but I've been drinking, so fuck it.
Fuck it.
That interface, I believe, was I'm totally gonna get this wrong, but I believe that was just a slightly different GUI to X Windows that was available on Irix machines, which is SGI's flavor of Unix back in the day.
Oh, right, yeah.
You could actually load up as just basically like X Windows, and you could absolutely use that as an operating system, as a front end to your operating system, and that was available then. So that was like all done basically could have been done in real time. And you didn't do it because it was a totally inefficient way to actually use your computer, because it would be like the whole Minority Report where you got to like reach over here and do a bunch of shit, and you're doing swipes and like for Minority Report.
Oh yeah.
It's like, sure, that's a cool idea, and you're throwing shit around and stuff like that, but like you can't actually work on your computer like that all day.
Hey, you're getting like a Wii Sports workout while you're browsing your directories.
Seriously, you'd have like fucking huge quads and shit. So it's like.
I didn't think we'd be able to use swipe on our phones all day long either, but we tend to do that now.
Yeah, but that's a small motion, not like full hand, like giant gestures and shit like that he was doing.
Yeah.
Like the Xbox.
It's not a very efficient way to interface with the system, but I believe that interface was actually quite real.
Oh, okay.
Something very close to it was quite real.
What was that in Jurassic Park you're talking about?
Yeah, and actually, I believe all the computers in Jurassic Park, all the computers were SGIs.
Yeah, because that's what they were using for all their rendering, wasn't it?
That's pretty much what everyone had to use back in the day, because that's.
Yeah, they're using like RenderMan on an SGI network of network computers. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Wavefront. I remember that.
I mean, I knew people here. I know people here in Vancouver who actually make the fake computer screens for TV shows and movies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Most of the ones you see are not real at all.
Right.
Well, yeah, I can tell on some of those detective shows where
all of those crime shows where like every time they post something up, it's like all these stupid sound effects. You know how annoying that would get after a while?
Well,
It's also licensing issues, right?
everything is like 72-point fonts.
Yeah. Pull it up on the plasma. Whoop. Yeah.
Or my favorite's always been like enhance that photograph, and somehow they get like 10 times the resolution of the original photo just by zooming in.
Oh, yeah.
Check out the link I just put in. Well, here I'll actually present it as well, so anybody's watching this, they can.
You didn't say the magic word.
Starting the system.
Hold on to your butts. Oh yeah, Samuel Jackson. I forgot he was in that movie.
He says that like 3 times. I love it.
So is this what we're talking about?
Debug. Yeah, debug main interface. Yeah.
Well, not so much this part, but
here it comes.
When the little girl is, yeah.
Please, motherfucker.
When the little girl is browsing the file system after that guy's long dead, and Newman as well.
Yeah, when the dinosaurs are after them. You're talking.
Holy cow! You can actually type in this thing.
She's trying to restart the power.
That right there, that's SGI. That is their fucking Irix interface. That is absolutely. I've used those machines before.
Oh yeah, that
type
was
in like access something like. I wonder.
What are the commands?
Just Unix. It's just Unix, ls, cd, just the usual shit.
Zebra Girl.
One file in there. So I just posted a response from someone who was asking that exact question in the chat here, and they said yes, it is absolutely a real Unix system. It was a Silicon Graphics workstation using IRIX, the SGI System 5 based Unix, running a three-dimensional file system browser. Silicon Graphics were early developers of hardware acceleration for 3D graphics, so it makes complete sense that even in 1993 they had Unix workstations capable of 3D file system viewers.
How do you open up a file on this thing?
I don't know. It's Unix. You have to run something.
It's just a JPEG, though.
XView or
View? I don't know.
You have to use whatever.
What's our command?
I don't know. It's been too many years.
I don't know the Jurassic Park system security interface.
Nice.
Type in help.
I have no idea.
Well,
yeah.
So type in PWD. Find out like.
Yeah.
Enter.
No.
Help? Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey, I got one. No.
Music. Oh, music on.
Display.
Oh, display.
Display.
Yeah, display.
Oh, it's playing music now.
Yeah. So display is the for that image.
So display Zebra Girl.
This is gonna be awesome, guys.
If only we were in IRC right now.
Are we all ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Do it. Woo! Nice. Nice camouflage. Yeah.
Is that really a girl?
It is.
Is it a zebra?
Well, John wouldn't think twice. That's definitely a
I
girl.
don't even know how to close this damn thing now. It doesn't do.
The close
All right.
button is one of the top left or right buttons. Like I said, it's been 20 years since I played with IRIX.
None of these buttons are actually doing anything.
I
Oh, well.
respected it.
We can stop presenting that. That was fun, though.
Yeah. I'll be right back. No. That was hot. Yeah, yeah. That reminds me of the episode where John pulled out that picture of like that Amazon She-Man, and I was like, she is so hot. And
Yeah, before you realize it was a dude.
yeah. I think
I was all like, that's a dude, John.
I haven't come across that episode yet. I think that's in like the 50s or probably 50s.
That's because that chick is like as tall as I am.
It's like, yeah, I know, scary. I think I just got through episode 32.
Wow.
That's a lot. I got a little ways to go yet. But if they stop doing shows like they have been, I mean, I'll catch up in no time.
So that's past the first Grinkers, but not even close to the second.
No, they're just starting to promote it now.
Yeah.
Like in the last the episode I just finished, I think that was like 32 or something. They're like,
How do you remember that, Andrew?
Well, because I remember like Grinkers, they were trying to make it the second one. They were trying to make it the 50th show.
yeah.
That was the big build up to 47, 48, 49, and 50.
That's right. Yeah.
I didn't start listening live until like 35, I think.
Wow.
Something like that. It was right after I went to Sean's party, I think.
God, is it sad to say that I've been on since number 1?
No, because I have. I've been listening live since the very first show. I didn't start. I think I got in the chat room the second show because I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, I think I was exactly the same. Well, they might not even the first. Well, I guess it was on all games.
I didn't realize it was a show until like in the 30s, and then no, it was right after the Owen Rubin one that I realized. I realized it was a show, and then started catching up. I just downloaded them, and then started listening live. Yeah.
I've been the first one too, but I ain't listened to the last 5, so I don't know what they're doing.
That's right, Buffett. You were on the episode, so.
Yeah, I was on within the first 10 or 12 episodes. I was actually on the podcast.
Yep.
A couple times. Yeah. So, like I said, I've been on it off and on, and then, like I said, I just haven't listened to the last 4 or 5, so I don't know.
We were talking about his current video, and I was actually watching him spray paint at the beginning at the
I
bottom.
know, right?
And I was actually really proud of him. He was actually starting off the cabinet, going across, letting go, then starting off the cabinet, going across, letting go. And all of a sudden, he just broke away from
the
that.
control panel. He just
Yep, he just started going to town on it.
He just,
I was so proud of him up to that point. I was like, oh my God, I called my wife over. Look, he's spray painting properly.
Granted, he was like about this far away, but you know.
Yeah, well, he said he was a foot away, but it's kind of hard to tell at the camera, I think.
Yeah. I just don't understand why he didn't lay the camera on its back like Fett was telling him to do. You know, so you could see it, get a good angle, and see the entire thing in the sun. Because it looked like you could only see like the bottom, like half of the cabinet in the sunlight.
Vertically? I haven't watched
Yeah.
the whole episode yet.
It sounded like he wanted to do that outside, but I'm just wondering if he didn't want to have any, shots of outside, like his yard or whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Although he did take, he took the back panel out onto his lawn on some sawhorses and painted that as well. Have any of you guys ever spray painted, besides, brackets and stuff? Have you guys ever painted a cabinet with spray paint?
I did, and it
No.
didn't turn out very well.
Like, not from a rattle can, I mean. Not like
from a
proper.
rattle can, no.
Yeah, I did one long ago. My buddy helped me. It turned out pretty good. Still haven't finished the cabinet. That was like 10 years ago. But, yeah, I've done it with a rattle can.
I guess if you have the right technique and you do it light coat so that you don't get the striping and stuff, I guess it would be okay.
Yeah.
If you do it right, it turns out actually pretty well. If you do it correctly, it's not a bad thing. And we did it right, so it worked out really well.
I absolutely agree. Like, technique is what's all there. I had really bad luck with it, and then, I know how to spray paint. And I just ended up with zebra stripes.
Yeah, my buddy was just magic with his hands. He could carve, he could draw, he could paint, he could do all kinds of. He was naturally like an idiot savant with that stuff.
Nice.
He really knew how to do it. So that's why we did it.
Yeah, it's hard if you're doing a full any big piece, anything that's got some size to it. If you're doing it, yeah, that's a lot of skill to be able to do that well.
Even with a roller, I always seem to be able to see some sort of line in the end that I missed with a roller, even.
I'm actually going to try a new technique, which I won't be doing on an arcade cabinet, but we'll see how it works out. So, my Volkswagen, my Westfalia, my camper, project here, I'm going to tackle in a couple weeks, which I probably won't put up on the YouTubes. But I have to repaint the entire fiberglass top, and there's a technique that the guys who do marine painting for boats, like canoes, and even medium-sized boats. I don't know boats for shit, but big boats.
For fiberglass, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But they do this thing called rolling and tipping. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
So basically, what you do is there's videos on YouTube for sure, and there's a couple of them that are amazing, watching these guys do these things. But basically, what they do is you lay the paint on, and you put a lot of pressure on the roller. This is what I understand so far from watching the videos and reading what I've read about it. You put a fair amount of pressure, so you're not putting a whole lot of paint down on each pass, but you go for full coverage, and you work in small areas. If you're working by yourself, maybe 2 foot by 3 foot areas, and then as soon as you're done rolling it, you immediately switch over to a brush, which I think is basically a dry brush. And you just, with a firm but steady, consistent pressure, just brush over what you just rolled on. And the finish just brightens and glosses up right in front of you.
Wow.
I've seen interior decorators use that technique.
That same
on walls.
roll. So that may solve some of your problems. I know that I've done the other one the thing that helps with what you were saying, with getting a stripe spread, is using a little bit of penetrol or floetrol, which basically is the evening agent that you add to your paint.
Right.
Helps it
flow a little bit better.
Yeah. It's I guess it's kind of like a thinner, but it's not like thinning with water or thinning, like with water-based paints. But yeah, you can add that to it. That'll kind of help with that. But this roll and tip method, I'm gonna give it a try on my giant fiberglass top to my camper, and we'll see how it goes.
Huh.
Yeah, I've seen people do that with like when they're doing stenciling and stuff like that. They'll paint with a roller on the wall, and they'll come back afterwards with the brush, like a dry brush, and just lightly go over everything. And that stuff, yeah, you think it would dull it down, but it actually kind of does the opposite.
Yeah, you think it would dull it down, or it would add like brush strokes to it, or something like that. The videos that I've seen of guys doing this shit on boats is
I'm watching one right now.
Huh. Sounds like a lot of work, but I guess the payoff's good.
Well, I mean, a lot of work, I guess, but I mean, like, the techniques with a couple of boat guys is they would get just two guys doing it. Yeah, that's the video. Watch this guy. Holy shit! Watch. This is the exact video that I watched.
He's just using one of those foam rollers too, which is what I normally use.
Just go looking for even, nice coverage with the paint. But then when he comes back with the brush, it's crazy. You see all that texture of the paint that he's laying down, like what you get with a roller. And then when he comes back with a paintbrush, this is like, it looks like a fucking video trick.
Yeah, I mean you can see it.
Now but the question is, because obviously a wood cabinet's got a different surface, so would you get the same result or a similar result?
I mean, I think so, because like really the surface is what you're creating with the paint. I mean, look at that shit.
Is there any additives in his paint to make it flow like that?
No, it's apparently straight out of the can.
Is it marine paint though?
That's a good question. It could very well be marine paint.
Because it could be. I mean, I wonder if it's made to do that.
It could be. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, look at that finish. He just finished that last part that he's painting next to.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Insane. How well that.
It's like a mirror almost.
Yeah.
You can't even see where the previous one was. It's all blended right in.
It looks like it's like dry and beautiful. It's just amazing. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I do have to use fiberglass paint for my top, obviously, because it's fiberglass. So it could very well be that the difference comes down to the type of paint. But shit, maybe we should be using marine grade paint.
He says rolling and tipping Interlux Bright Sides Flag blue paint thin with 333 over gray pre-coat primer.
All right, so he's primed it obviously, and then I guess he has thinned it with something. But
another video 333
of two guys working side by side, where one guy's doing the rolling and the other guy's doing the tipping right behind him.
Here's a link that he puts in it to I think that has more information. Wow, look at those pictures of the boat. Holy crap.
It's insane, isn't it? But yeah, so there's another video that's like it'll come up really close to the top if you do a search for roll and tip. And it's two guys and they're working side by side. So one guy's rolling and the guy's coming behind him just tipping him as he goes. And so they haul ass. They do like a whole 20-foot boat.
Actually, that boat that he just did is actually plywood.
Is it really?
It's a plywood skiff, he says he built 5 years ago.
Well, so there you go. So it should work just fine. So we'll see. I may have a new technique to introduce to the community.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because the finish on that just looks amazing to me.
Yeah, it does.
And, well, maybe the glossy... Actually, no, that's not true, because, you can get different finishes, so it doesn't necessarily have to be, high gloss, like what is on the boats there.
Well, it looked like he was going perpendicular, too. He was rolling one way and then brushing the other way.
Yeah,
so.
That's an interesting point, too.
It's weird. It's weird that every single example, though, is doing a boat.
Well, yeah. Could be I think that's where a lot of so in the Volkswagen community, that's where a lot of the ideas came from when I've been doing the research on repainting my top. That's where they pointed to it all as those guys are the ones using that point and tip method. But you said you saw people doing home.
Yeah, just interior decorators, just on HGTV. I saw someone doing that before.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't. It never turned out like that. It wasn't that glossy and that smooth though. But I guess it could just be the paint.
Yeah, so he's obviously using a high gloss paint, which you'd want to use on the stuff below the water line on a boat.
Yeah.
Make it glide to the surface.
Well, marine paint too, right? I mean, it's gonna make it all waterproof.
Right. Yeah, I think it's got some sealing properties as well.
Yeah.
But shit, I mean,
Interesting.
we're looking for good finishes on our arcade cabinets. If this is a good technique, then fuck it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm renovating my kitchen, and been watching people painting kitchen cabinets, and they were using the whatever it is, the low velocity, high pressure, or high pressure, low velocity, whatever it is.
High volume.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
High volume guns, and I was just like, man, I should just maybe buy one of those for doing the kitchen cabinets, because I'm just reusing cabinets instead of buying new ones. So I'm saving the money there. Then I can use this towards arcade cabinets too.
you have a compressor.
I do, yeah.
Then you can get a cheap gun for sure, and you could do all your cabinets in like a very short afternoon.
I also I was watching some guy who's doing kitchen cabinets and even professional ones, and they're actually using, like if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they actually have ones that aren't even hooked up to an air compressor. They're just a pump.
Oh yeah, you can get the ones that you plug into the wall.
Yeah, but there's new ones that are higher end. They're quite a bit more expensive than what was around like 10 years ago. And apparently they do a really good job now because that's what people used to do kitchen cabinets with.
Yeah, I mean the trick is like your fan, so your spray pattern.
Yeah.
And dialing that in, and that takes a little bit of playing. So like you may want to practice on some cheaper wood that you've got laying around just to get the technique that Sam taught me in the Red Tent videos.
Right.
How much overlap you want to get, and again adjusting the fan width and all the rest of that stuff, and the width of the spray vertically and the width of the spray horizontally. But all that's apparently that's a little bit of voodoo like feel kind of thing for the painter guys. But yeah, if you practice a little bit, like on a couple pieces of scrap wood, I'll bet you'll get the technique down pretty fast, and then
I got tons of plywood sitting around.
yeah, and then you get to nail your cabinets. It'll look gorgeous. And you'll do it so fast. I mean, you'll blaze through. I mean, it takes nothing.
Yeah, I just the painting with and always getting those lines always just ticks me off. And then I always like to do really light first coats, like where you can barely see the color you're putting on, just to kind of seal it and then build up on it. So you end up doing like 4 or 5 coats, and it just like takes forever.
Yeah, but if you're working with a good sprayer, it throws down so much material. Unlike a rattle can, where it's like the spray pattern is kind of a ball, kind of a circle.
Yeah.
At a distance, and so it's like you get so little material out of a rattle can. Those things, since the spray is that sort of cone in a very narrow, like where it's hitting. Once you get the feel for that, you're covering huge areas.
Well, I think it atomizes the paint a lot more too, right? So it's a lot finer,
much finer
paint.
Yeah. And you can get. I mean, I think I actually, as part of my thank you to Sam, I actually gave him my gun, my spray gun. I think I got that at Harbor Freight for like $15.
Yeah, I know they're pretty cheap there.
And he said that he's been using it regularly at his new job, and it works great. It's not a high-end gun, obviously, but like if you were painting cars, yeah, go ahead and spend the $200, $300 per gun.
Yeah.
You pay for that, but like you're also making thousands of dollars like on every paint job. Yeah, but if you're just doing hobby stuff or repainting your cabinets or spraying your lawn furniture or whatever you're doing, your fence, like shit like that. Yeah, or your house. I guess you can use these to paint your house too. Yeah, you can get away with
I
it.
wonder what size of a tank. I mean, I do have one. It's not the biggest compressor in the world, but I wonder what happens if it kicks in during the middle? Like when you were painting your stuff, was it kicking in the middle of the paint job?
Well, when we did the red tents, we did it at a real auto shop. So we had a full booth with a real giant. I mean, I don't know how big the compressor tank was. That big giant.
Yeah, like 150 gallon or 50 gallon or something. Big ass thing.
I couldn't even venture a guess, but I've got a 33 gallon sitting here next to me, and I want to say the one they had at the shop had to be at least 100.
Yeah.
Your little pancake ones, the little tiny ones, you've got like that one probably.
It would keep kicking in over and over and over again.
But like part of the benefit is that like those HVLP ones is it's low pressure, so you're not using a ton of air.
Right.
You can keep your tank turned down pretty low. So I don't know what the minimum tank size. You'd probably just do some some googly on that. But like I don't know. I mean, the 33 gallon that I've got here probably would do it right.
Well, my neighbor, I can borrow his. He's got like 150, 200 gallon. He's got a massive thing, and he's got 100 feet of line. It would actually come into my yard, no problem.
So there you go. Yeah, buy a couple extra lines, and I think you do lose some pressure over the distance of the line, but still, like
if it's low pressure though, what difference does it make?
Yeah, if you're running 15 or 30 pounds of pressure, you're probably not going to be working it that hard.
Well, even if you're using that low, I mean, yeah, even those little pancake ones would probably hold up pretty good.
It'll just be working the whole time.
Yeah, or you just take breaks every few passes and just let it catch back up.
Yeah. Well, it depends too. Like how many cabinet faces can you get laid out in one place?
Right. I'm always trying to think of ways to, get in there with the wife where I can say, oh, I'll do your kitchen cabinets, and then secretly I want it to do arcade cabinets.
Honey, I really need this, really giant compressor because it's going to help me get your cabinets looking good.
Well, I'll just say, hey, it's going to save us $5,000 because we don't have to buy new ones.
Right.
They'll look just as good.
Yeah, I can't really speak to specifics of like what size compressors you need for that stuff, but my understanding is that they're generally pretty easy. You don't need the giant ones.
Right. I'm sure I could find that information out there somewhere. I've kind of looked into it a little bit, but I got sidetracked on the electric ones because I read a thing where they said they were actually a lot better now.
Yeah, no, I think the little portable ones that they've got are supposed to be pretty good. Like where it's like just you plug it into the wall, and you're right. It has the built-in compressor inside of it, and they're a bit bulky, but supposedly they work pretty well.
Yeah, they just basically have a hose that you just stick into your paint can and you're done.
Yeah.
You just go to town.
Yeah, my main thing for not doing arcade cabinets with it, and the reason why I never really cracked it open is that like for an arcade cabinet and for an item like that, and you're probably going to run into the same problem to some degree with doing your kitchen cabinets, is you have to set up a booth.
Right.
I mean, if you really care about getting particles in your stuff, you really need to set up a booth. And at one point, I used an easy up tent, like a pop tent.
Yep.
Thing. I put plastic on the edges and
wet the floor.
Exhaust with a filter on it, and I went crazy on trying to set all that stuff up, and it still was never really perfect, and it takes up a huge amount of space. And
if it's something that you have to keep setting up all the time, yeah.
It's not a thing, yeah.
I actually had an idea. I was actually just thinking about it earlier today when I was finishing watching John's video of him painting. And it's the way when we do a lot of people take their arcade cabinet to the Seattle show every year. Some guys are bringing like 30, 40 cabinets, and they have a community trucking system where they rent all these 5-ton trucks and they come to people's houses and pick up the games. So they like to wrap them all the time in saran wrap. And, guys were like getting dizzy and sick because they're spinning around, all the cabinets all day long trying to wrap them. So they just started basically buying Lazy Susans. And I've actually bought a bunch of Lazy Susans just for my wife's pantry, and some of them hold like 1,000 pounds of weight. Yeah. So why can't you just buy one of those things, build a small booth that would basically, fit an arcade cabinet on a diagonal, and then you just spray and you just spin the cabinet around.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I mean, the wrapping definitely sounds awesome because I've gotten plenty dizzy wrapping cabinets before.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd do the exact same thing, but with spray booth, right? Just build a little spray booth around that, like a phone booth almost. Put the arcade cabinet on the Lazy Susan, spray, spin, spray, spin, spray, spin.
Yeah, you'd probably get away with maybe like a 6-foot area like that, just to bigger than the cabinet, spinning around.
Yeah.
Cool idea.
Yeah, I just thought of it earlier today. I was like, yeah, that's might be something I might want to build some point.
Build a little shower stall for your games.
Yeah, pretty much. You can even just use a thicker vinyl curtain for the sides. It doesn't have to be anything great. You just use some cheap conduit, and you can take it down in 10 minutes, kind of thing.
The only thing you would have to think about that would be how you handle getting air in and air out, because you still do need airflow.
Yeah, I mean, you just have fans, I guess, strategically placed.
Yeah, but you have to build like ducts for the fans.
Yeah.
At least out to get rid of that.
To get rid of the fumes. Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll stay in there and hang in the air forever.
Yeah. That's why I was surprised when John did his in his garage with, like, his Minty Firefox and stuff sitting there. I'm like, holy cow, man. I think he got a half a can on the floor, and I'm like, well, how much else is just spraying around the room?
Yeah. You remember seeing like what his floor in his garage looked like? It was like nothing but outlines of arcade shit everywhere.
There's a lot more paint on it after the last episode.
Yeah.
Did you not see his boots after his spray painting?
His Doc Marten boots were literally blue.
They look like Smurf shoes.
Here, I'm going to see if I can actually see if I can get a screen capture of it. But it was pretty funny, actually.
That's pretty awesome.
They were his old boots, so he was okay with it.
Well, I tested out the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 in the kick harness, and they work great.
Cool. Oh, yeah, I was watching that.
Oh,
yeah, I was trying to play with 3 buttons. But I got to the first endurance match.
Oh, nice.
Just with punch and I think block and one of my kicks. Because I use an Xbox controller on my test bench.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
I use a Sega Genesis one.
Yeah, so I only get 3 buttons off of it because I don't have anything extra to hook the kick harness to because it's a controller. So I just shorted the wires to on the actual harness to test them, and they all work good. So it's only 2 buttons. I guess that's true because MK is only a 5-button game.
Right. Yep. Did you see the link that Buffett posted?
No.
To the 1990 Wagner Power Painter commercial.
Oh, the Wagner one?
Yeah.
My dad had one of those.
Oh, that's a great. Yeah, I love that in the Mercedes.
With a big paintbrush.
Yeah.
What you're about to see.
Oh, nice. That can't be was it?
Wagner.
Yeah, apparently they've gotten a little bit better since those.
Fuck! What an idiot! It's clearly like fake dye paint shit that he's spreading on there, but it's still awesome.
Who just grabs a big can of paint to paint their Mercedes?
Slops it on.
Not even with rolling it, just a brush.
With a big fat brush, just.
Yeah.
On that car too, that back from the '90s, it should have been like a '70s piece of shit.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I want that. I want that brush. I'm gonna paint everything now with that brush.
He just needs a guy to come back behind him and tip it.
Oh, so you guys were talking about airless paint sprayers, right?
That's what I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently they've gotten a lot better in the last couple of years. So I'm just trying to find John where he's showing his boots.
They used to sell blue Doc Martens.
Yeah.
Yeah, John has the power now.
Yeah, that's right.
My wife once bought a pair of bright purple Doc Martens for super, super cheap, and then she just went and got black dye and dyed them, and it worked perfectly. The actual Doc Marten store was clearing out the purple ones as no one was buying them.
Yeah.
I don't know where he shows his boots.
Like back in the late '90s when you can get all kinds of different color Doc Martens.
That's when it was, yeah.
Oh, and then there was a post on Cloud today about Xevious for the 2600.
I saw that.
Somebody found an old.
I thought
promo.
Xevious was only on the 7800.
Well, I guess they found a like a prototype or something.
Yeah, it was like a work in progress kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid, my cousin and I would trade games back and forth, and he had a 7800 and I had a 2600. I remember the disappointment coming home and wanting to play his Xevious on my 2600, and I couldn't. I'm like, this is a joke. I was all pissed.
Fit in the hole.
I know.
Xevious is not the greatest game in the world, anyways.
I thought it was cool back then, though, because that was the only like shooter like that I had ever played.
Any new game was fucking epic.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's right.
Tab was fucking awesome.
Pretty much. Indeed. He had Commando on his 7800. That was the shit, too.
Yeah. I had that for the NES. I played the crap out of that in Gunsmoke.
Oh, yeah.
I played Commando on the Commodore 64. A lot of it.
That smoke on the NES was pretty awesome.
What's that? Gunsmoke?
Smoke on the NES was a pretty awesome game.
Oh, yeah. I think it was almost better than the arcade just because it didn't have the funky button layout.
Yeah. It's a little bit weird with like the one button is like A to shoot left and B to shoot right, then A and B to shoot forward.
Yeah, that was a little weird. I remember I beat it, though. I was happy. Played through on one game. But I watched actually a Super Play video of Gunsmoke, and this guy beat out in 1/4 of the arcade, and he's like getting into an in-depth discussion about your horse shield. That's what he called it, because when you get a horse, it gives you like an extra hit or an extra two hits.
Right, yeah.
So it's like, it's all about the horse shield. You have to get the horse.
I couldn't find the one where he's actually showing his shoe, but here's just a screenshot of where his.
It cuts it off when you zoom in. Because we're getting cut off by the people in the bottom.
Oh, I see the blue tent on his shoes.
His whole leg is in blue.
Yeah. Someone else is watching it.
I haven't quite caught up to it yet. I've just like watched episode 2, so I'm like on 3 and 4, so I haven't quite caught up to it. His restores yet, so I'll be watching it sometime.
It's probably kind of the same deal where if he wasn't shooting a video, he might like think through like, oh, I'll put down some paper, or I'll mask this off, or I'll wear an apron or something. But he gets in the moment of his video and just keeps rolling, I think, and.
Or he actually will router counterclockwise, not clockwise.
Right. Yeah, on a router table, that's if you go the wrong direction, that's a good way to have the workpiece fly off the table at like 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
If it's a small piece of wood, because the it'll grab it and just go, it's gone.
I like his comment on the publishing of it. It says, "Warning: wear dust masks and safety glasses when doing this work. The dust and paint can be harmful. Don't be a John."
Okay, John.
And I noticed he talked about wearing safety glasses and stuff too. So he's getting all safety like in his videos now.
Yeah, he wore his sunglasses though, so it's all safe.
Yeah, he wore sunglasses. Earlier he said he was going to put on some glasses too. I don't know if he said they were safety glasses, but they're probably just sunglasses.
That's actually kind of funny. So when Sam came over and he brought his router over to do the work on Big Blue, to do the control panel, that Lexan overlay.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember if I put it in the video, and I haven't published this video yet because I think my next video is due out next week. But I've already edited it, and there's a part where he's he's down here and he's working like right next to the router, and it's like fucking ninja star of Lexan just comes shooting off and fucking hits him like.
Oh my god.
I thought it was his face. I thought he got hit in the face, and it was like a piece, like I don't know, maybe a 4-inch triangle. And it just comes shooting off and fucking nails him. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my god, dude.
It's like, dude.
What a trooper.
Yeah, he's a good Sam guy.
I hate when you're cutting that stuff and it starts to melt and you get all the melted pieces on your skin burning you.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hate that.
Yeah, I didn't record the part in the video. You guys have to give Sam shit next time you see him. When he he was readjusting the soldering iron, and he just like put it like right against his other hand.
Oh no.
It's like one of those moments where it's like he's holding it, and he does like this, and he's holding it there for a second, and I was like, "Oh, dude, stop!" And he's like, then it hits him, then he's burning himself. He's like, "Oh, fuck." Not video the teaching Sam how to solder, but yeah, Jesus Christ. He went home with a good-sized blister on his finger.
Oh, I bet. Jeez.
I had that thing cranked up to 750 or 650 or 7. So that was.
Oh, yeah.
I caught myself a few times when I was finishing putting the 4600 back, like removing it, because you have to desolder the 2 wires for the width coil.
Yep.
And you have to get so close. Like I'd have like a needle nose pliers trying, holding the wire and taking it off. And there were a couple times where I swear I was like that far away. You can feel the heat just emanating from the iron. It's like, maybe I should watch what I'm doing a little closer.
Well, and I get that thing too, like where like I'm holding my iron like this, and I feel my fingers like creeping over the lid. And it's like it's getting hotter and hotter. It's like I'm working, but it's like I gotta keep doing what I'm doing, and it's like, what are you doing?
Right? You do it so many times, like you have to stop and be like, whoa, I guess I'm a little too comfortable with this.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't have problems with my soldering iron, but for some reason the Hako, the 808, the desoldering gun, that thing, the tip is like 800 degrees, and I've misplaced that a few times where.
How can you get your finger close to that though? If you do it like this.
Well, I mean, but the end of it, it's just sitting on my desk, my workbench, like on, and I'll lose track of where the tip is, and I'll basically like brush my hand or something up against it, and I'll just hear that sizzle, like.
Get yourself a stand.
What's that? I need that. I need a stand like that.
Never forget where your tip is.
The Hako stand.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
And it's actually got a little lip in the front. So once the gun is in, it won't rotate.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing about y'all's problems. My beard gets singed a lot.
Oh.
Well, are we all talking about the same thing? Aaron's talking about misplacing his tip. So I mean, like, I don't know. You never forget where your tip is.
That's true. Good advice for life.
In general. Screwdriver tip.
Yeah, it could be anything. Yeah. Q-tip. I've been drinking too. I'm running out of jokes.
Hey, Brad?
That's the name they gave me.
1 hour, 9 minutes, and 38 seconds. You can get a good shot of his blue boots. It's when he's showing them off.
1 hour. Hold on.
I liked Joe's comment, cargo shorts for the win. I was laughing out loud pretty hard on that one.
Oh, God, I'm wearing cargo shorts tonight, too.
I am, too.
Let's see them.
Mine are black. Check it. I got some serious pockets right here.
I am too. Mine are blue.
We've got all the shades. Oh, those are some sexy cargo shorts there, Andrew.
Thanks, man.
Wow.
I try.
Okay, so 109.
109, 38-ish.
I can't believe we're looking for this. All right, I'm almost there, actually. All right.
We're doing John's 10-second spotlight for him.
Oh yeah, no, this is actually a much better shot.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Holy shit.
Wow. They just blend right in.
Wow.
And look at his camera stand too.
Oh,
God.
Yeah, his whole tripod. And look at the floor, Andrew.
Holy shit.
But luckily, his power supply didn't get hit.
You see that?
Yeah.
oh no,
And it's smudge.
that's the fuse tester.
Ah, damn it, you beat me to it, you bastard.
The fuse tester. Someone should take a snapshot of this and have an arrow, like a diagram, like arrow to this, arrow to that, and put an arrow to the power supply and just say, label it fuse tester.
And some sort of comment about blue paint. The paint is blue.
Yeah,
it's blue paint.
Yeah. It's not brown. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure someone's making a meme out of, or a meme out of that now.
Hashtag arcade hangout.
Or a looping GIF.
I don't always test fuses, but when I do it, it's on a conductive surface.
Mm-hmm.
I,
I have yet.
or
to
when I
know
do it,
that.
I'm wearing blue boots.
Oh, God.
So I tested my, we just realized I tested MK3. I tested it with my MK2 harness,
Uh-oh.
and it
Kaboom.
worked. It worked fine, except the run button didn't work, obviously. But,
Oh yeah.
So
I was never a fan of them adding a specific run button. Why don't you just like add a command to dash, like forward?
well, that's what I was thinking of doing, because I have the MK2 cab in the control panel, and I wanted to keep that stock, but I'd like to kind of have, the option to go back and forth on like a switcher between two of my MK boards. So I have 1, 2, and 3 now. So figure, well, I don't want to drill a hole for a run button just to play 3 in my MK2 cab. So maybe I'll
Right.
wire up like a 2-button combination or something similar to trigger run instead.
No,
Yep.
just use one of those joysticks that has the button on top of the stick.
That'd be awesome. That would be rad.
Yeah, but the problem with that, Crafty, just to throw the devil's advocate out there, the problem with that is like if you get someone who actually like knows how to play, they're gonna be really frustrated by that.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
I don't know. Mortal Kombat. That's always the thing that is like just messed with my head. Like going from Street Fighter to that game is that, oh shit, there's a button to block now,
Block. Fuck, I cannot play that game because of
No. And it's right in the center of all your buttons. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, make the run.
I hate back as block. I like the block button because I like Mortal Kombat. So, but
Well,
luckily for me, I got a Mortal Kombat 4 cabinet, so my run button's already there whenever I want to play 3. I just put it in my 4 cabinet. So, and my 1's in its own cabinet, and my 2 is in its own cabinet. So
See, that's
nice.
crap. You'll just have to build a MK3 and 4 cabinet.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Like holding back to block is like so instinctive, though.
I agree with you, Jim, because obviously I'm a Street Fighter guy, but like at the same time, I do kind of appreciate the fact that like that actually is a different command. If you think about like in fighting, it's like, all right, so it's not just a matter of like pulling back to block. It's like I actually have to block. There's a block to a move. I don't know fucking karate, but like
Yeah. Right.
like all right, it's like someone's gonna punch you, I have to block it.
Yeah. It's like I understand it, but like I guess at the same on the same argument, Mortal Kombat doesn't really have a cross-up game like Street Fighter does.
Well, that, and if you think about it, you can't start any forward moves if you have to hold back at the same time. That's what I like about it. You can do any combination of moves you want, even if it's a forward move to start, like a double tap forward, you can hold block.
That takes out a lot of the mind games, though, for me. Because like if I know that someone has to, in order to get out of like a block string or a combination I'm doing in Street Fighter, I'll specifically go for low attacks because I know that the only way they're going to get out of this is if they have to push forward first, like a dragon punch. So if you go low, you can prevent that from happening, and they have to block. So like there's all these there's more of a metagame, I think, or I feel like. But I'm not a Mortal Kombat guy, so I'm sure guys would like stomp on me and be like, "What are you talking about?"
We'll get ready for the YouTube comments, Jim.
Here they come. Yeah.
And Jim's channel on YouTube is.
Yeah. Right.
If you want to comment on all of his shit comments.
That's right. Yeah. All of my like 40 videos maybe. I don't know how many I have.
Yeah, but you got like thousands of subscribers.
Yeah, but for the wrong reasons.
What reasons are those?
Because like
His chest muscles.
yes, no, yeah, I don't have a lot of arcade stuff on my channel. I have like it's like maybe 30% of the videos I have is arcade
Okay.
related. So
And the
like I
rest
get
is porn.
subscribers for all kinds of stuff. Yeah, the rest is porn. Exactly.
It's just all
It's-
porn.
And
It's
50%
not
of
really
his
porn, so
arcade.
it's just Jim jerking off.
Yeah, but it all has to be censored because it's YouTube. You know. Yeah.
There's lots of blocks and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little artifacty.
Yeah.
It's all right though.
Jim, so
Yeah.
speaking of which, when's your next video due out?
I've been trying to think of like what to do. I was gonna do something maybe like an Eyes gameplay video, or I was gonna do some gameplay videos, but then my Red 10 also took a dump as far as that CPU goes. I was gonna do some more funny mashup videos though, but I'm studying ways to get around YouTube's new algorithm. According to like people I've been talking to, because it's all like clips from movies, like a mashup.
Yeah.
Because I like to do stuff like that, and like apparently the way to get around it now is you have to have like a big border around everything. You can't use like just quick clips from movies full screen. It all has to be like shrunk way down.
Weird.
Oh,
Yeah, it's kind
because
of dumb.
it actually recognizes the patterns.
Casting, you're like off to the side, and you have like the video up here or something.
Yeah, and there's people that will even do like before this. A lot of people were doing stuff where they would just mirror the video, so they would flip it horizontally. And so like you'll watch something and be like, "Wait a minute, isn't that person on the wrong side?" Yeah, but yeah, I've been wanting to do another top 10 video, but I just don't have the time to write a commentary and stuff like I used to be able to. So I was going to do. I had a really funny idea for, or I thought it was funny at least at the time, for a mashup video that all ended with. Are you guys familiar with The Last Starfighter?
Yeah.
The movie. At the very end, where the guy's like, "What do we do?" and he's like, "We die." You know that. I was gonna take. I have a list going of about 50 different 80s movies that I was just gonna interject that in, and me and my coworker of mine, we were just ranting off different stuff, and we were just bawling our heads off laughing. And so I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll whip something together." So I was gonna do that, but I don't have anything prepared right now. So
We die.
yeah, just that bit, yeah. But it has to be all 80s movies. So I was gonna do everything like comedies, dramas, yeah.
So give us a preview. Like what are your two favorite examples you can think of right off?
Let me where's my list here? Let's see here. Let's see. Well, one example would be, do you guys know Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Oh yeah.
So when they're like, "I say we kill him," and then the guy's like, "I say we hang him, then we kill him." Then one dude's like, "I say we stomp him, then we tattoo him, then we hang him, and then we die." Or like Back to the Future, when he's like, "Next Saturday night, we die." Or he's like, Doc has the big thing on his head, and he's like, and Marty's like, "I'm from the future, blah blah blah. I need you to help me." He's like, "My God, do you know what this means? It means we die." So like, just those are just some of the like a couple examples. Or like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Guys, if you don't get an A on your final report, we die. So nothing makes any sense. It just kind of like you can just interject it into various parts. So I like doing stuff like that. I don't know.
I like it. That's awesome.
They'll probably get taken down. I don't know. Whatever. My other videos haven't yet, but stupid YouTube.
Are they grandfathered in or something like that, or?
I don't know how their algorithm exactly works, but I know that it looks at the full frame.
Right.
And I think if it just matches up with I think a lot of I would expect that a lot of the real finicky studios and stuff like Fox and stuff have all these things like logged, or they've contributed to YouTube, and they're like, well, any of these movies,
But
I don't know.
like, your old videos haven't gotten taken down, so
No. But then again, like I don't monetize anything, so I wonder if that has anything to do with it. I don't know. Because all of my like top 10 videos, those all have like lots of clips from all kinds of movies.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let's put a link to the video I made of my track and field there. Keep in mind, my video camera is ancient and would not compute with my laptop, so I'm pretty much.
Wait, I'm gonna be your first fucking subscriber.
Oh, please.
Beat you to it.
Ah, damn. Oh, Orange Whip has subscribed.
Yeah,
Has
number one,
subscribed.
baby, number one.
Damn notifications. But yeah,
Oh, here comes another one.
Jesus, damn it.
Wow, that is an old school camera. It looks like it's VHS.
I like that
Yeah,
you've got.
Sony DV something 1900 or some crap like that. It's at least 10 years old.
Does that use the small tapes?
Yes.
The VHS-Cs?
No, DV somethings.
Oh, mini DVs?
That's the ones.
Yeah.
And they're all like 10 years old, so they're all crappy to begin with.
I like seeing the all the time code and everything on there.
Yeah, I couldn't get it off my camera, so I actually had to take my cell phone and hold it very carefully in front of the viewer.
Well, you can see like the audio data and stuff, like kind of. Oh, here's a playback up. No, yeah, I like it. And it's 16-bit audio. I mean, that counts for something.
Yeah, I think at one point I set it to 16-bit, but at the beginning it was like 8.
The colors on the outside are correct. The white and the blue. That's definitely the right colors.
Yeah, except I got when I got the CPO, it had the holes where the buttons go in through. I figured, I'll just take this little dot to the store and have it color matched. I get the can home and I look at the control panel again and go, oh crap, this is the dark purplish blue color, not the light blue it should be.
They did the wrong color.
Mm-hmm. I thought I was smart by taking the little dot in to be analyzed for the color. Then I realized, crap, those are from the darker parts of the control panel.
That's another thread that we should start. There should be Pantone paint code colors for the thread.
That comes up from time to time, though, but that's really hard, though, because, I mean, define a cabinet that has never been bleached by the sun or changed by UV or anything like that. Like,
well, sides though, you can usually go underneath side art, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Or inside, like underneath the control panel where there's overspray. Usually, is paint in there too.
Yeah, it's still just tricky though. Like, I mean, I know that definitely comes up, but it'd be cool to see Pantone colors for everything.
Well, I know Todd Tuckey he says that he has Pantone colors for it, and he has them all in at the Ace Hardware he goes to, and he just goes in and says, I want Pac-Man yellow, and they have a Pantone for that.
Nice.
And those are colors that I think he's gotten over the years by taking side art and stuff off and probably just putting a Pantone swatch beside it.
Right, but that wouldn't work for Pac-Man because that's all.
Not for Pac-Man, but for whatever. But I mean, he does have some games that are home use only that he could have had, like a Miss Pac-Man that was never saw the light of day.
Right. Yeah, or I mean, with a Miss Pac, like maybe you could find some overspray on certain parts of it to get that blue.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. I think it's an interesting project. I think it'd be awesome if someone actually came up with the true Pantone colors, if there's any color matched to Home Depot or whatever.
You would think that somewhere in the history books, I mean, Atari had to have a color code for that.
Well, I'm sure they did, yeah.
They did it themselves, right? I'm sure they had to order it, so... I mean, we've got the actual, films for doing side art and stuff like that. You'd think somebody somewhere would have some of that information.
It is possible. Talk to Atari Scott.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, like, to have all stuff in one place for the restoration would be awesome.
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, as a purist for it, I agree 100%. That'd be awesome.
I just noticed that the Gleek commented on my asking for EPROMs or whatever, and the first thing he said was, "Oh, we should just put all that on VAPS or on the KiloV like database or the GGDB database or whatever." I was like, "Well, let's just gather the information first if we can."
Well, yeah, no, I think that would be the way you change VAPS, because like I mean, I know that people have made a lot of requests over the years to try and make VAPS a wiki, which honestly I think would be fucking awesome, but it's a whole separate application to do it, and they've got a ton of data. So how do you move that over efficiently to the new system?
Yeah, well, I don't think KiloV is the right place for it, like the arcade place, because that's more for it's not really for like dimensions of cabinets or colors of cabinets. It's more for how many were made, what revisions there were, that sort of thing. More consumer kind of stuff, not the people who are trying to restore them.
Yeah, but you see like people like with VAPs. I mean, like you see this shit on Craigslist all the time, where it's like some dipshit is selling his whatever cabinet on Craigslist, and you see him like they clearly copied and pasted from VAPs, put that information out there. So it really is like kind of like the repo of all that data. And if you've already got all the other data, like why wouldn't you want to throw in cabinet dimensions and color codes
on VAPS? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking also on like KiloV.
Oh yeah.
Like on the Arcade Museum on the front page.
Yeah.
Because VAPS used to be a completely separate thing when it first came out.
Yeah.
And eventually it merged. I don't know what happened there, but it merged with Clove at some point where they got the information, by your name, how many games you have, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's it's interesting. It's a couple of different pieces of software, obviously, running all that.
Yeah. Well, there's two different people that were doing it.
VAPS has that creepy Uncle Sam guy in the corner of the forum up there in the upper left.
Yeah.
It's like EM.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, what the hell is that? It's like a very scary like carnival game.
On VAPS, is it not there anymore?
No, it's on Cloud. Same one.
Clove, yeah.
Homepage. That's the thing that if you drop a quarter into it, it should say, and then you die.
Nice. Hey, Steve's on Clav right now. His last activity was 108, or I mean, like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. Someone showed him the link.
It's a camera and a fucking microphone too.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, the Gleek just answered me on there as well not long ago. I'm actually just writing a thread about the Arcade Hangout now.
Oh, nice.
Not that it's live, but just that it exists now, and we've got a new name and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, we can update the thread. We'll be more popular than Outsiders for how often they update theirs.
Yeah, it's just so if we get more people in here, or more people just watching it in general.
Yeah.
We still have one viewer.
No, there's nobody.
Darn.
I think that one viewer might have been my cell phone.
Oh. Actually, so speaking of names, Seabart, what's your name? Your first name?
Oh, Chris.
Chris. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
I also answered asshole and hey you.
So,
All right.
Everyone's like, so we got Aaron and Brad.
Carl.
Really?
Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, anytime.
What about Buffett?
I don't know,
Does Buffett have a first name? Or is he just like Madonna?
I don't know. It might
All
be
you can eat. Isn't that your first?
All you can eat. or the Golden Corral.
I am scraping the bottom barrel. I have no more good jokes.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Good one.
deeply amused.
That would be pretty awesome, though, if you actually named your kid that.
I think tonight is lasagna buffet.
Andrew, going back to Street Fighter, when on Super Nintendo, because the voice was so distorted,
yeah.
When the guys would do their Dragon Punch, as a kid, I used to think they were saying "all you can."
All you can.
Yeah, all you can.
Yeah. I always thought they were saying like some kind of like a noodle dish, like Hayuchan noodles with teriyaki sauce. And then when I saw it written, I mean, it took me like several years to recognize the written form of it as that was actually the Dragon Punch. You know what they said when they did
Oh
it.
yeah.
I was like, huh, okay.
Well, I told you the story where my dad thought they were saying something mucus.
Mucus.
So like if they're the Dragon Punch was blow mucus and the Fireball was a mucus. So if I say Street Fighter around my dad, he's like, "Oh, you're talking about the blow mucus game."
Blow
What
mucus.
was the spinning kick one?
Yeah, that's I have no idea.
Yeah, what the hell is it? It's like yip 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 yip.
Yeah, now they abbreviate it when people talk about it in the community, the fighting game community. It's just Tatsus.
What the?
Tatsu. That's the abbreviated name for it.
Huh.
I just remember looking in the manual. I'm like, that's supposed to be Hurricane Kick. How does that trend? Wow. Why don't they just say like, say in like 4 syllables?
You should see some of the manuals for the newer, crappy little kids arcade games. There's a new language. It's called Chinglish. It's so horribly translated into English that you can't understand it in either language.
Nice.
Like, those LED signs you see that businesses have? Like they're 4x4 and they're all LED lit. We installed one, or 3 panels of one where I used to work. We had to call their tech support to log into the computer that was running it to fix it so it would work, and they couldn't understand what the hell they were doing.
Well, that could be a problem.
So we switched it to Linux, and that worked fine.
Ah.
So Chris, you're in IT as well?
IT for the morning job, afternoon job, I'm a prep cook, and then I freelance in repair services, and I just realized that I'm actually logged in through my business account in Google. Oh, shit.
What's that account? Quick, no.
Yeah, so what's the
No, it's just BART services.
Huh.
Pool maintenance, IT, frickin' wiring, new tenant fit up is a pain in the ass, I've discovered.
So like wiring buildings for wireless and wired connection, fix and stuff like that, or
Yeah, like running the Cat 5, well, Cat 6 now, and doing the data drops, putting together 500-ton servers, or it feels like it when you're doing it yourself sometimes.
and mostly Linux.
No, servers we run on the latest version of Windows, but the server edition.
Yep.
Have a couple clinics that I do their IT work for.
Shaving.
I think he's brushing his teeth.
I'm cleaning my TPGs in the ultrasonic.
Yeah,
For
sure.
a minute,
That
for a
sounds
minute
like-
there, I thought you were getting some high voltage electrocution.
Does that thing take AA batteries there, Aaron?
Yeah. No, it plugs into the
Your
wall.
wife enjoy that when you're not using it?
It's high power. It plugs into the wall.
Oh.
Do you got a Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll mute it until it's done, so it doesn't sound so bad.
Uh-huh. You mean muffle it.
If you turn the bottom counterclockwise, it will turn the device up or down.
I don't think that's the mute button.
I am Iron. Are we watching a Transformers episode?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, Aaron.
He does exist.
I recognize that room.
Yeah, that's my office.
Yep. You've got a big stack of boards to your right.
Do I? Oh, yeah, in my closet. Right now I've got a really big stack of stuff.
Holy shit. I guess you clean the place up when I come over.
Yeah. Well, I got a cart. that cart I used at the. There we go. Where's it going?
How the hell is
Yeah.
your sleeping?
I got a cart now full of shit. Oh, good. It's done.
Look out behind you! No. It's like one of the found footage movies.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for something to jump out.
This water's hot though. I think it's like 120 degrees.
And Andrew, you're a programmer slash designer?
Most of what I do right now, actually, so I've been doing this shit long enough that I'm in middle management now.
Oh, nice.
So I actually do very little programming anymore, but my background's in PHP, MySQL for programming, and then a lot of front end stuff.
Sweet.
The board stack.
Oh yeah,
All my
Yeah.
USPS 3 boxes full of boards and stuff.
Porn supply.
Porn supply, magazines, yeah.
Vibrators, nipple clamps, butt plugs.
Oh.
Paintings.
Get a Popeye in there?
I do. There is a Popeye somewhere in here. I'm pretty sure he's in here.
That guy still hasn't contacted me about that thing.
Oh, really? He posted something else saying he wanted to trade it for a candy cap.
Yeah, that's what he's been saying since the beginning, but he's asking way too much for it, and no one's going to trade him for that.
Yeah, it's not what he wants for it. Like I think he's at 1,100 now. Still too much.
This is for a wide body Mario Brothers. And I threw out kind of half joking that I'd trade him like one of my red tents for his wide body. I don't think that's a very good deal.
Well, you put more into your red tent, yeah.
Yeah. And I know at least one of his buttons is not correct in his control panel, and it's 2 orange buttons.
Yeah. Even if his wide body was immaculate, it wouldn't be a completely straight up trade, though.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think a really good wide body would be like the 8 to maybe $1,000.
Yeah. The 800 around that.
Yeah.
Like in a 500 for like a normal one. It's like in like complete with the original buttons, but in like used shape.
Right.
So 800 for a nice restored one, or at least good clean one.
Yeah. And 5 for a working one with everything. Yeah. Yep. I'm with you.
But the idea of like having like a wide body Mario Brothers and then throwing Popeye in it with a switcher is kind of appealing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know. I have room for 2 more cabinets in here. I have to be choosy about what else I put in here.
Would you get rid of anything that's in there right now, or are you pretty happy with everything?
Defender I would get rid of right now. That's probably the only one on the chopping block. Defender I would get rid of like in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that was kind of an acquisition.
It fell in my lap. I didn't even want it.
Yeah. Just kind of was there.
For $200, it's like all right. And it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I think that Joust cocktail is taking up too much room. You should
Are you a Patron cocktail?
probably load that up in your van and drive it down to my place.
I'll tell you what. Here's a funny thing, right? So my Robotron cocktail.
Oh, right. Sorry, Robotron. Not Joust.
I would actually trade my Robotron cocktail for an upright in good condition.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, because
Even though like no one like the Joe and Sean and John don't believe it, the Robotron cocktails it's a rare piece and they are worth more than the uprights.
yeah, I could see that for sure. And it's just kind of the form factor for you is not as accessible because of the leg issue.
That's really it, yeah. And mine plays so fucking flawlessly.
Well, it's a beautiful machine. I mean, it's
Where
just
is it? I can't even see it.
right behind him.
Oh, right there. Okay.
Oh, and I've got boards sitting on top of it right now.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
But if I got rid of that, I could. I want a Robotron in here. I want that game. Period. So I love it. So, but if I got rid of that one, I could put in 2 uprights.
Yeah.
So
you could have like an island out there.
right. So if I got rid of the cocktail for an upright, that means I could get a new game in that same spot.
Sweet.
So yeah. But yeah, I think Defender is probably the only one that I would get rid of. Spy Hunter, I guess, is the only other one that like.
I'm like Twisted, maybe.
Maybe, but I fucking love that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spy Hunter's a fun game.
Driving game that I have right now.
Right. That's why I'm missing. I don't have a driving game at all, but I can't even think about another game or games until we're in a house. Yeah, that's kind of one of like 10 motivators right now for me.
Where are you at with that? I mean, are you close? Are you thinking about it? Are you?
I'm actually looking for a new job right now.
Yeah.
I need more income.
Something more than the liquor store.
Well, that's just for the summer right now, and then my stock footage that I sell.
Right.
But I need something that pays better than working for the school district, which isn't that much. But yeah, I'm hoping I get a call back. I got an email like about a week ago. It's for a job for the city. And so you know how slow, I don't know how it is there, but here, city jobs, I mean, the way that the hiring process goes is pretty darn slow.
Takes forever, yeah.
Yeah, and so I just get...
My wife works for the state.
Okay.
Same shit.
Yeah, I mean, I get an email, and it's like, hey, just wanted to let you know that we put you on the eligible candidates list,
Right.
and that will get sent to the hiring department, and they will use this list until September 1st. So... Right. I could get a call tomorrow, or so I have no idea. But
basically, at this point, your resume's in the system.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this guy could be a potential, not rather than like apparently they filtered through some people. It's like the first gate. So, but it's a cool job. I mean, my background's in I have kind of a technical background, but mostly it's in TV and film production, and it'd be working. At the city hall in Minneapolis here for the attorneys handling all the video evidence that comes in.
Holy shit.
So like from like cops and stuff. Yeah. So it sounds really like, I was like, well, this could be really interesting rather than like all the other cookie cutter jobs out there. But I don't know. It's not quite the same as when I was unemployed and looking for work, but still it's become kind of a job in itself, because like I'll just refresh the page. I'll use the most generic terms, and it's like, okay, there's like 6 new jobs today, and 4 of them or 2 of them relate.
Right.
So, but yeah.
No, I mean government jobs. I mean the cool part is they don't pay necessarily a whole lot, but like once you get in there, you're in there for forever if you want to stay there.
Yeah, and for me, the benefits and the holidays and all that stuff adds a lot of weight, and the pay for this isn't. It's quite a range, so I think I could possibly negotiate if I got an interview.
Did they use the GP system, like GP1, GP2, GP3, GP4?
I don't know if they do, but they had the salary like just laid out. They're like, it's from this range to this range,
Right.
Like, and I think by law they have to do that, at least for It's the same way with education.
All public jobs. I mean, like basically, it's like my wife, like when she could go find out what her boss gets paid, because it's all available online.
Yep.
So it has to be transparent.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
Yeah, It is. It really is. It's like, oh, why does my boss make this much more than I do, and I do more than they do, and it's
I'm sure glad like the guys who work for me can't look up my salary.
nice.
I know what they get paid, and I take good care of them. But like at the same time, it's like this is what I have in the budget to pay you. So.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's a weird thing because I see on a given day when I'm job hunting, I'll see like a dozen jobs that are exactly like what I've done before, and I don't want to do. I want something different that I feel like I'm moving forward, and so I'll see all this stuff where it's like, oh, okay, another company that's looking for a one-man show to do everything for their small business or whatever, and I've been there. I did that for 5 years, and I got what I could out of it. I did a lot of cool stuff, but I don't want to be that guy. I'd either want to work for a team or do something I haven't thought of before.
Right.
So.
Have you tried going to your local TV stations?
Well, see, it's actually funny. One of the jobs I applied for, I didn't realize they rebranded, and so all of a sudden I realized that, oh, this is a job that I had an interview with several years ago. So I was like, ah, crap. But I don't really want to, like, for me, the jobs that interest me the most are not very monotonous, and working for a TV station or a network gets to be very, very repetitive and monotonous, and that's something I'm trying to get away from.
Would that be like editing gigs or?
Yeah, like right when I got out of college, one of my first interviews was for out here, one of the major networks, NBC. They have a shopping channel, and I interviewed for editing for them, and then at the same time I interviewed for a small business where I would basically be I was a one-man show, doing all the recording, the lighting, the sound, the editing, doing everything. And it was a hell of a lot of work, but I enjoyed it. I was glad I took that job because it got me out of the office. I got to go to other businesses. I got to no job was really the same. So, and then I got laid off from that in 2011. And actually, you could probably track that on Cloud because you don't see any posts from me between there's like a year gap because I was unemployed, and then I got this job that I'm at right now through the school district, which is basically IT because I have kind of a technical background too, and so I'm trying to get away from that, something that pays better, basically. That's basically the only reason I'm looking for a different job is pay right now.
So you and Brad are kind of in the same industry then?
Sort of.
Well, you teach, right?
Yeah, well, I was a web developer, then I moved into teaching.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I was teaching for the last month, and they wanted to bring me on for more work, but my wife just got a new job, so I was like, no, I'll stay at home with the boy and do that for a while. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, if you can do it, that's sweet. Quality time.
Yeah. Well, both my wife and I have been home with him for a year and a half almost as the whole time. He's just about 2, so.
Well, I absolutely love working in education. I never thought I'd see the day where I'd be in a school on the other end of things and be eating in the teacher's lounge and stuff. But
yeah, I was private post-secondary is what I was teaching.
Okay, and I'm in the 2 middle schools.
Oh, middle school kids.
Yeah, 6th through 9th grade. Yeah, I have to contain myself because the first 2 weeks I'd catch myself laughing at these 12-year-old boys what they were doing and thought it was hilarious. So I'm like, oh, that's right. I have to be a little more professional here, but
their sophomore humor you find awesome, and you're like,
you're an adult.
They're making fart noises, and I'm like, dude, what's really funny? No, that's but yeah, exactly. Check this out. No. But it's a lot. I'm a people person, so I like being around people, and it's a lot of fun. It's just, and I enjoy it. It's just the pay is ass. and I can't really live off of that, So it's kind of shitty how they pay people, you know. And my wife's a teacher, and then she teaches high school English, and then also does all the theater stuff and directs the plays and all that stuff. So like during I'd say like 2/3 of the school year, she gets home at like 10 p.m. So like she calls me a theater widow because I hardly see her,
Yeah.
and then she has to grade all of her papers, and each one of those papers is 15 minutes to a half an hour if she's doing essays, and she's got per essay, So it's a 24/7 job, really.
Yeah, I think people definitely undervalue or underappreciate like how much work teachers have to do outside of
Right.
classroom.
Yeah, they can't just leave work at work.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like they punch out and go home and like shut off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dated a girl when I lived out in California, and she had just got into teaching. And yeah, same thing. It's like her whole life got basically enveloped.
Yeah.
In all the work that's involved. It's like,
Well, that's why.
If you get an easy gig, it's like you work 9 months a year and you take 3 months off. It's like
everyone's like, that's great. You get summers off and all these holidays. Well,
and it's like really like for like the school year would end, and then for like 2 to 3 weeks at least, she'd still be working. Like
and you have workshops and stuff you have to go to. Yeah.
Workshops, yeah. And then like she would get a vacation there in the middle, but like then 3 to 4 weeks before school starts, she's back in the classroom setting everything up and working on lesson plans and all that shit. It's like it's not really 3 months off. It's not like
No, exactly. Yeah.
But once she's done it a few times, though, then that stuff goes away because she's already got that stuff done, right?
That helps.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I only ever taught post-secondary. It's a completely different world.
What does your wife do, Brad?
She's a genetic scientist.
I don't have any questions about that.
Yeah, post-secondary, it's 1 or 2 classes, and that's all you're teaching, and it's different. I would never teach like public school, kindergarten to grade 12 or whatever. I would never teach that.
Yeah, I mean middle school. That's like probably some of the most challenging kids out there.
The 8th graders are the biggest pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird though, because like in the school district, middle school covers 9th grade too. So once they get to high school, there's no freshmen. It's just sophomores to seniors.
Interesting.
We've actually all of ours have merged now. We have all our schools are 8 to 12 or 7 to 12 now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they took all the. We never had the sophomores and stuff. We never had that kind of stuff in Canada, but we always had a elementary school, junior high school, high school. So elementary school was usually kindergarten to 7. Junior high school is 8 to 10, and then high school is 11 and 12.
Oh,
and they've basically taken all the high schools and all the junior high schools, and they've made them all high schools, and it's all 8 through 12 now, every single school.
Okay. Wow.
What was the original philosophy behind that? Actually, I don't know if you guys know this as teachers, but was the idea that at least so for me, I don't know, it changes different places, but for me it was K through 6.
Me too.
Then it was 7th and 8th.
Me too. Yep. Junior high.
Yep. And then 9th through 12th was high school.
That's exactly how it was for me.
It's always been so weird, the idea of just 7th and 8th grade being this tiny little school, just 2 grades. Was the idea was those kids were the worst, most pain in the ass, just starting to become adults and fucked up kids who are starting to be rebellious and shit. So you stick all them together.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's how it was for me. And 7th and 8th was together, and I swear the school was the same size as the K through 6. It was a pretty big school, yeah.
But they must have had a lot more of them.
There were
eventually they got to come from somewhere and then go to somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
see, ours was 1 through 7, so we had more students were in more schools, and then as you go up, it goes less and less and less, right?
Why? Because they drop out?
No, because the amount of years you're in that school is less. So elementary is kindergarten to 7.
Yeah.
So you have essentially 8 years of students in one school.
Yep.
And then junior high school is only 8 through 10, so you had 3 years of students. And then high school is only 11 and 12, so you only had 2 years of students.
So do you have more high schools than elementary schools? I mean,
Fewer, but they're larger. A lot larger.
Right. So I guess like socially they could probably handle bigger groups than little kids, maybe, is the idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it was also it's also to separate. That's why I actually don't, and I don't teach in it. I don't have a kid in it or anything yet. But I don't really like the idea of having 8 through 12 because, I mean, you have kids that are just starting to go through puberty with guys who have full-length beards and who have been driving for 2 years.
Right. Yeah.
It's really weird. Like socially, it's weird. Whereas when I went to school, it was all separated, which was good.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, there's not really a whole lot different from like I mean, sure, like certain amounts, but like little kids and kindergartners, like up through like 6th or I guess even 7th grade. Not a huge change. Not a lot of stuff changed with those kids, but like once you talk about like kids being like 12, 11 years old, mixed with 18-year-olds, that's a huge spread.
Yeah.
It's funny how that there's that sort of like bell curve of that, where it's like when they're little, there's not much difference between like a pretty broad spectrum. And then as you get older, like as we are like like your mid-20s to someone who's like mid-30s, that tapers off as well.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like you get your like 40s and even 50s, like they can mix pretty easily.
It's like a big arc.
Yeah. A big bell curve in the middle there.
Yep.
But there's that awkwardness right in that middle where it's like keep those kids apart.
Well, and kids are so mean too. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, that's one thing I'm reminded of. Like working, I'm like, God, I forgot how terribly mean some kids can be.
That's funny. Kids are really conservative. They like their very specific, everything has to be the norm. I don't want liberal kids doing crazy, weird stuff because those are the weirdos and stuff like that. It's like everyone has to like sort of conform. This sort of like normal kid thing.
Well, especially in, again, for me, elementary school, which was kindergarten to 7. And then when you got to junior high school, 8 through 10, that's when everybody started experimenting and going into their own little, the punks and the heavy metal guys and the car guys and the jocks.
Yeah. Like a class system.
Yeah, everything started to separate out then.
Yeah, unless you're Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
I remember high school. Shoved into lockers. Yeah, I could fit into most of them. And the swirlies.
Yeah, like hazing and shit. Like that stuff doesn't happen anymore, right?
I don't know. I've been out of high school for almost 8 or 9 years now.
You've been out of high school for all of 8 and 9 years. Wow.
Yeah, I'm young, I know. Young and probably more hung than most of you. Got the Italian and the French going for me.
The Italian and the French.
I was just trying to think. I think this is my 25th.
Yeah. Crafty, you might be the oldest here.
I don't know. Graduated 1990. I turned 43 in about 10 days.
Holy shit, 10 days?
Well, July 21st, so that's less than 10 days, right?
July?
Oh, wow, that's like
Wait a second. 43, that doesn't compute. When did you graduate high school?
1990.
How old were you?
I wasn't even 18 yet when I graduated.
Yeah, same here. I was 17 when I graduated.
And you're only 43?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm older than you.
Oh. Well, yeah, July 21st, 1972, Aaron.
How'd you find that out?
I have my ways.
Dun, 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 dun.
Are we going to see a little graduation photo, like with John?
No, it's like 7th grade photos.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like with all that shit.
My high school photo was fine. It was like, just 90s kind of, or 1990 kind of thing. But yeah, my like 8th grade photo, 7th grade photo, I may have looked a little bit big glasses and stuff like that.
Did you have the Sally Jesse Raphael glasses?
Not quite, but they were like thick. Like I had thick glasses when I was like in 6th and 7th grade.
What is your prescription?
I don't
Pop
know.
bottle.
I've been in bifocals, so I have progressives.
Yeah.
Progressives for a while.
What's your nearsighted level?
Um,
I'm trying to gauge your nerditude here.
I used to know. I think is the near the up close or is that the far?
The far, the distance.
Okay, that's only like 2.5 plus 2.5.
Oh, that's nothing.
And then my close up though is like 4 plus 4. So it's not huge, but
Oh, you're not Coke bottle level.
but back then, like in the 80s, they didn't make thin glasses.
That's true. You had like the plastics or the glasses, the glass lenses, and
Yeah.
the lighter weight but the thicker. Is that how that worked? I don't remember.
Well,
It's
yeah.
thick frames, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I had bifocals when I was in 3rd grade
Holy shit.
because I had some kind of muscle issue with my eye. So then I had surgery, and I got rid of my bifocals. I just had to wear normal glasses then.
I got you beat nearsighted wise. Nearsighted, I'm a 8.
8? Holy crap! Yeah, that's a lot more than me.
I'm a bat. Yeah.
Wow.
I have no problem seeing up close, but yeah, from a distance, like yeah, my glasses are definitely Coke bottles.
It's the weird thing is like my prescription and my wife's prescription are like reversed. So like without our glasses on, trying to find the right focal distance where we can both see is like impossible. Like moving our heads back and forth, like I can't focus. Yeah.
What does your wife do, Aaron?
She works in
Let's talk about wives and stuff.
I guess you could call it healthcare administration. She works for a company that administers the mental health program for the state for Medicaid for Douglas, Arapahoe, and Aurora.
Yep.
So she is a compliance officer. So she handles all the healthcare compliance and all that kind of stuff. Make sure they following the rules.
Nice.
Yeah. So exciting. She's the breadwinner right now.
I like that. I wish my wife were. I would totally love that.
It's about time my wife is. There's enough of it where I was, so.
So Brad, did she work like in a lab or?
Yeah, she works in a lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Who? Me.
I was going to say for Aaron, if he would charge, $100, $150 each for his test pattern generator, he'd be the winner.
Yeah, I've slowly been moving the price up.
Good. So where you at with your list wise? Like how many you got waiting?
I still have about 40 people on there.
And how many have you sold so far?
Shipped 270.
Yeah.
So the thing is, like the last few months, because I've been working a couple different contracts IT-wise, I haven't been as motivated to like pump them out. So I've kind of slowed down on how many I'm shipping every month. So if I pumped out like 8 a week again, I could probably catch up on my list.
So how many?
I'm doing more like maybe like 20 a month now instead of at one point I was doing like 40.
Wow.
Hey, Aaron. Whoa. Buffett's like in and out.
That was like underwater.
Yeah, his music's going on and off. There it goes.
Oh, poor
no.
Buffett. Hey-oh.
He must have fallen asleep on it.
He's sitting on it.
Hey, Aaron, when I did a search for Crafty Mech on Google, why does this image come up?
Oh, that's
Was it yummyyucky.com?
That's from my Flickr account. I forget what I posted that on, but
Oh,
like I upload. There's another great one on my Flickr of this guy in his underwear working on all his computers.
All those guns, and then he's got a Rock Band and a Guitar Hero guitar behind.
There's one when I searched Crafty Mech as well. One of John in a big penis outfit came out up too.
Oh yeah, forgot.
If you must know about me, I plucked a Geo 7 neck board up on the enter button. That's what it was.
Yeah, let me find that. Let me find that other one that I like on my my photos.
It's hilarious when you just do random searches like this.
Oh well, there was. This is a classic. Well, I don't know. It was fun at the time, back when this was like all the rage, and we were talking about this individual. It's Kaneda as Beetlejuice.
Oh really?
I have to share it so if anybody's listening, they can see it.
If you say his name 3 times, he magically appears.
It's a great movie.
Let's see. I've got my.
There's lots of TVGs and lots of the scan line generators pictures.
My painting of Homer Simpson's Rubik's Cube bust.
Oh. Did you actually paint that?
Yeah, that's mine.
Sweet.
Well, that's right. Yeah, Aaron, you're like a painter, like for realsy painter.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, for reals. Yeah, indeed.
Right. Yeah. I don't think we ever talked about on the in these little hangouts.
I never knew that.
Artistic side.
Yeah, since we moved, I haven't done any painting, so it's been like 9 months. I've got to get my stuff out again, and set up. But
what about teaching? Because like you're teaching as well, like painting.
yeah, well, I was teaching drawing online. Right now, I don't have any students, but I was teaching 1 or 2 students a month for like the past 4 or 5 years.
Whoa! Look at that.
Is that
there's a little plug for you.
Wow, that test pattern generator is huge.
Well, it looks like
I got the miniaturized one.
Yeah, that won't fit in your pocket, that's for sure.
It looks like I'm sitting on it. Like I'm like.
Yeah. What's the grin on your face?
You come included with every sale.
It's like I'm a little TPG gnome.
You should make some action figures. And
I still think that is my most viewed video to date.
Oh really? Oh, that's cool.
I think so. I'll go double check here.
Free pocket crafty mech with every TPG.
Yeah, let's see if I can.
319 views.
Mine's still top 10 Freddy Krueger kills part 2.
I think we should just use this as our logo, guys.
Yes. Yeah, you're worried about name infringement. How about that?
That was such an awesome photo.
We should put a little logo right on the penis itself, the arcade hangout.
John's arms have gotten really skinny.
Here's the other one that that's my other favorite off the internet.
Oh God. Crack kills.
Wow.
Yeah.
We gotta share it.
Oh boy.
That is
Sweet Jesus.
How does that dude? his butt is most of his back.
His butt starts about midway up his back.
It starts at his tits.
Yeah.
Wrap that line around. His butt starts at his tits.
We don't need to watch that anymore.
Yeah, he's got a butt crack in the front.
Sorry, Aaron. Actually, the first episode of the Nintendo Versus has surpassed.
Oh, that's too bad.
Nice.
So that one for a long time was the most viewed episode that I had.
Wow, that's cool.
But no, the first episode I ever did, which is horrible to watch. Like I can't even watch anymore. That one has almost twice as many views now.
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
cool.
That one's up over 600.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm almost at
Rising up.
200 subscribers.
Woo! Wait, is that what's Joe at? You got to be creeping up behind, right behind him.
Joe's got a ton.
Does he really?
I think so. Yeah.
Curious now. Let's see.
966 subscribers.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, Joe's taken off.
But his channel's only got 45,000 views. It's crazy how this stuff works. What's his most viewed video? Probably a gameplay.
Are you smiling at these kangaroos getting it on?
Are you still looking at my my pictures? Probably. Oh yeah, I have a lot of New Zealand and Australia photos on there too.
Yeah. See, I only have a total of 3,500 views.
His most viewed video is from 1 year ago, just of his arcade. It's got 3,000 views.
Nice.
So that's a pretty substantial subscriber to view ratio.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know why he doesn't do his more arcade stuff.
Well, that's what people watch. I mean, all of his top viewed stuff on the whole page, he doesn't have. There's no beer reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no one watches that.
It's hard. I watch the beers that I'm curious about, but like he puts out a lot of stuff, and I frankly I'm just not that much of a beer snob.
Right. I'm in the same boat.
And it's not even that I think that Joe is a beer snob. I'm not calling him a beer snob, but it's like I don't really know hops for hops, and
I'd rather just taste it for myself.
Well, yeah, and with the way one person describes it doesn't necessarily mean that's the way you're going to take it if you drink it either.
Right. I understand why he does them. Plus, they're like super easy to do because all he does is sit in front and drink.
I think he said that, like in one of his posts, or maybe it was on the Arcade Outsiders thing, where it only takes him like 15 minutes
Yeah.
to record, edit, and upload like one of his beer reviews. It's like nothing.
Right.
Well, I mean, he has like 98% beer reviews, and
Yeah, and I watch all of his arcade ones. Like his most recent, the 6-pack one. I watched that one. You know, I like his arcade stuff, but I like beer, but I'm not enough into it to be able to really appreciate the beer reviews.
Right. I'm the same way.
well, I guess he doesn't really. I mean, does he really work on his games? Because I know for the longest time they kept bugging him about not even having a multimeter and stuff, right?
I just came across that episode.
So I'm not really sure if he, other than I guess playing some games, if he really knows like anything to talk about, maybe.
Right. But he could.
I don't know.
There's still,
he has a multimeter now. I know that for sure.
right. He bought it live on the show.
Yeah.
I think he did.
No, I think he still has a lot of games that he could do gameplay videos on. And
Yeah.
people would watch that.
More gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, that's easy to do. If you want to talk about easy stuff, geez, all you're doing is playing a game and talking about it.
But if you're not all that great at it, though, you don't want to do video on it.
Oh, of the game itself? Like
Yeah.
If you're not, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd be embarrassed playing half the games I have because I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like eyes. Like I don't think I could. I mean,
I'm terrible at that.
maybe I could do that 200,000 you just posted. Maybe on eyes. That would be a good score for me, though.
I was so like after I did that 210 or whatever, which is not that great of a game, I could not even touch it, and then I had a 224, and I'm like, I'm done. This sucks. I'm not going to get a good score tonight.
Like, what would be a good score for you?
Anything above 250 is typically a decent score for me.
Yeah.
I had that 284, that was my best. But if I can get to the 6th level, that's good for me too. Because as soon as the levels start getting difficult, for me at least, right around 4 and 5. 4 starts getting tough. 5 is ridiculously stupid because it gets to the point where as soon as one of the enemies is in line with you, as soon as it like sees you, they shoot instantly. Like you can't even react that quick. So
Right.
you have to. It becomes like a Pac-Man game where you're just avoiding them.
Right.
I think that's kind of a strategy I'm starting to go with, is to not try to limit as many times as I shoot the enemies.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think they get smarter, but at the same time, you have an idea of where they're going to spawn. They're going to spawn wherever they were, but if they're all bunched together, you don't know if, oh crap, I'm in like near one of their spawning areas, and they'll shoot instantly. So
Yeah. As soon as they spawn, they'll fire at you.
So yeah, at least if you don't kill them, you know where they are the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Does the board layout ever change, or does that stay the same?
No, it changes.
It changes. Okay.
Yeah. The colors and stuff. The enemies. So like levels 1 and 2, there's only 4 enemy eyes, and 3 there's 5. In level 3 there's 5, and 4 is where they start getting real difficult. 5 is just stupid. Like they just get like ridiculously smart. And I know that on the flyer it talks about. I should see if I could find that. It talks about like it kind of gives you hints at how the levels differ in terms of the enemies. Like I think level 5, it's like don't use shortcuts is the slogan, and because if you use the shortcuts, the enemies will just stop and they'll wait for you to come out.
Oh.
It's kind of yeah. Just see if I could find that. I posted. I was asking for like tips and stuff. You know, should I point press on the first level and just keep shooting the enemies and stuff? And one dude that chimed in said, "Don't point press, just blast your levels as fast as you can." And he didn't really have any tips though, as far as like a pattern goes. So I don't know if there's an exact science to that or not.
What is Sean plays that Sean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays he plays eyes quite a bit. Or he used to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, we played a 2-player game a few times at his party.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But neither of us could put up. We were both pretty drunk. We couldn't put up a score to save our lives. Oh, here. I guess I could share this. Let's see here. Is this working?
We see you.
You see me?
Yep.
I have to go share. So you see this?
Nope. You see
At the top, say present to everybody.
Where's it say?
There.
Oh.
Oops. You had it up for a minute. It's pretty nice. There you go.
You see the just for fun
Maybe I can only do it. You're
Eight.
opposite yours.
Yeah, there you go.
8 fantastic modes to play through.
Oops.
Yeah. Oops.
Stop. Why does it keep saying I'm presenting? I'm not presenting. Stop it.
I'm doing it.
Present. Now show your screen.
Yeah, show your screen.
Oh shit. This is confusing.
Apparently, when you share your screen, I have to present it.
Oh, I gotcha.
No big deal, Jim. It's just live.
Yeah, whatever.
There's already 1 million people. Hey, we got 3 viewers right now, guys.
Okay, so now you can. So in other words, now you can see it.
No.
No, now you need to present it.
No, we just see you.
Yeah, we still see you. Nope, still see you.
How about that?
Obviously black. Oh, there it goes. Okay, got it. Don't touch anything. Just for fun, we only have eyes for you. 8 fantastic modes to play through, each with its own personality.
So I don't know if I don't know if like after level 8 I would assume they just repeat, but I mean like the first level's stupid easy, like they hardly even fire at you and they're moving super slow. And then 2 they fire quicker at you. I don't know what it means, don't look up, like if you move up they are smarter or what, but And they started introducing the fifth enemy, I think, in stage 3.
Sweet gal, coming on strong.
Keep scrolling down.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Total of 8 different screens. Electrical, AC, 100, 120, 220, 240.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you, which stage you're on, which I think is kind of cool, actually, in the center there. But yeah, I have no idea how insane level 7 and 8 must be, but how people put up like million points on this game is beyond me.
I like how it shows you the profiles of the cocktail in the upright.
Yeah. That was cool.
It's a small game though. I mean, I like how small they are. I think it's smaller than Miss Pac-Man, cabinet-wise.
Right.
That one person, did you see that thread where they posted the cocktail that they had of eyes?
No.
That looked actually pretty darn sweet. I should see if I could find that. Clav. All right, I'll you can stop. Yeah.
Yeah. What are the other threads you got open there? Super Mario something.
Oh. Yeah, what else did I have up? Yeah.
How much porn you had up there?
Yeah. Well, I've got 3 screens. No. I should see if I can find that cocktail.
So, Chris, we haven't talked about do you have a wife, girlfriend?
I got 2 exes that were going to be gold digging biatches, but got rid of them pretty quick. One of them wanted marriage, baby, and joint bank account within 2 weeks and 3 romps in the bedroom. It's like, no, that's not something you asked for.
Wow.
And what's that board set you got sitting behind you?
Board set.
I don't know. Is that a PCB sitting there behind you there, right?
Oh yeah, there's like PCBs.
Oh, no, this
no,
right
it's
here?
a tool set.
That's a tool set.
Oh, all right.
But it's off camera right now, but it's the box that has the PCB for track and field with the wiring harness on top of it.
And what are you drinking tonight?
I was drinking. Forgot to go to the beer store after work, so I'm stuck drinking my mom's Coors Light, and it is disgusting. So now I'm on to water. To get up and get ready for work in a whopping 2 hours. So that's gonna be fun. I gotta go to the beer store. I got a skid of empties I gotta take out of the basement.
A skid.
Like a whole pallet.
Close to it.
Time to bring the forklift in.
Yeah, he's using a forklift to move his fucking empties.
Actually, that's how my cousins from the Maritimes do it. They go to the beer store twice a week or twice a year.
Maritimes is back east, gentlemen.
Okay.
Yeah, above Maine Maine and a little more east.
Well, Gleek or the Gleek,
Yeah.
you know, I friended
His name
he
is Mike.
friended on Tapped In or that beer app, you know, and
Yeah.
when he checks in like 7 or 8 beers at a time.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow! Is that one? And like on a weeknight.
Well, Jesus, check out Joe and Gak tonight. They've checked in on how many beers tonight.
I haven't even started using that app yet. I just officially signed up for it, but I haven't logged anything or whatever. You check in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of work.
It does. I just want to drink.
It is, but the thing is, like, if you're drinking a lot of variety of different beers, it's nice to keep track of it. Where it's like, you know, oh, hey, you know, I tried an IPA or a Saison or, you know, a Bock from this company. Did I like it? And so it's like a nice way to keep track of like what you've had, and do you want to have it again?
I do a similar thing with barbecue.
That's right. You and Zoltan were talking about that.
Yeah.
Is there like a basted app or a brisket app?
I wanted to make one actually.
How about a burger app?
There might
That
be a
guy just
burger
had the
at.
best bacon cheeseburger ever.
There might be one of those. Don't know.
Probably is.
Yellow.
Oh, I lost my video camera.
Yeah, you
It's right. It's a good freeze frame. You're like,
It's just sitting pensively.
There, how's that?
much better. Actually, I prefer this.
Oh, it just goes green now. That's too bad. My phone must have died.
Well,
Yep, it did.
it's
Ah, well.
after 1, so speaking of dying.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. Not a bad time.
No, it's actually a pretty good time. Getting tired myself.
We never saw Buffett's lasagna.
No, I'm sad.
No, I ate it, and you guys were y'all yakking about something. I forget what it was, and I didn't want to interrupt you.
We were probably talking about your beard.
You may have been. Who knows? You know, I don't know.
I thought that was your lasagna. Was the beard? Yeah, I thought that was like what you're referring to. That's a code word.
No, I had a little small pan of lasagna. It was delicious. Meat lovers from Stouffer's.
Yeah. That sounds pretty
Gophers.
good.
You finished the whole pan?
Yeah, it wasn't that big. It was, I don't know, 6 by 5 or something. It wasn't that big.
It's a baby.
Yeah, I normally have like the 9 by 7 normally, or whatever it is, the 10 by 8, whatever it is. So,
But how deep is that?
Oh, not inch and a half. Not very deep. Yeah, not very deep. It's
I like
the
Andrew's
one,
got his.
yeah, it's the one that's supposedly supposed to feed 2 people, but it's really only meant for 1 good meal per person. And then the mid-sized one is the one that should feed 2 people, and then you've got the gargantuan that's supposed to feed like 6, but it only feeds like 3 in reality.
Because you're supposed to have an egg salad on the side, some garlic bread.
I could have had a salad. I got cucumbers and tomatoes and corn and other things in the garden. I could have gone on down there and picked it out, but I didn't feel like unplugging the troll and fumbling in the dark for fruits and vegetables.
Bucket.
You know, that's the way it goes. So.
All right, guys.
Alrighty. Night, everybody.
Till the next time.
Y'all getting all over your fear of being on live now? Is that what it is?
I just forget.
Yeah, I forgot to.
There you go. That's all you got to do. Just forget.
Well, all right, yeah, see you guys next week.
Sounds good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Catch you guys later.
Yep. Peace everybody out.
Okay, guys.